Hello everybody, how are we doing? And welcome to the WardiTV Mondays edition number 11. Hello, hello, hello. How are we feeling? Bracket is live. Players are set. Uh, Usual suspects, honestly, for the most part across the course of today. I'm not sure what to go for first round just yet. Yeah, not sure what to go for first round. Oh, if there's anything that leads into something super crazy round 2. We could do Yakov versus Honmono. Winner plays ByuN. Could potentially be kind of interesting. But yeah, maybe something along those lines could be kind of one to jump on. See, the turn's going to be heating up as we go through, so yeah, we'll just see what we can get for the first round. I think Yakov, Honmono, if they're both here, would be pretty nice, actually. And they are both here. Perfect. I'll ask them for an invite. We'll get that ready. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to the stream as we get things a-going. Rex Nikorek seems like a good first round match. It is also a good first round one. I want to go Yakov Honmono just because I think actually the second round of that might be a little bit better. Because I think Clem's just going to kind of stomp Rex or Nikorek. Sorry, Rex. Sorry, Nikorek. ByuN against Yakov I think could be kind of interesting at least, so maybe we aim for that initially. Maybe that's our plan as we work our way through this beautiful day of WardiTV Monday action. Again, this is not on the new patch, guys. This is old patch scenario. We can't run new patch until we eventually, finally, get it put on the live server. We're really hoping that's soon for the sake of these Monday events. I would love to have these just be on the new patch as well. It's just not working out right now. Such is the way of things sometimes. That's okay though. For the most part, we still have pretty enjoyable games. We just double check everybody is here for the first round. Try and make sure we've got players kind of across the board ready to take part. Only missing one, I think, but should be okay because I can contact them. Just like to make sure there's one person at least from each series available, just in case, just to make sure we don't have like a double no-show and then we don't know if they're in game or not there or what the case might be, for example. So just double checking on that. I'm gonna get into this in just a few moments, guys. StarCraft 2 will be beginning and kicking off as we wait for. Yeah, we'll go Honmono versus Young Yakov. I think I like that as an opening round matchup. Could be kind of fun. Gumiho Skillet second round could be a banger. Yeah, no, there's loads of great matches second round and so on. Obviously, we'll figure out what we get in the second round when we get there. But the tournament in general is just, as always, as usual, stacked. Monday Cups are continuing to be a very, very fun source of games. Alright, gonna get Oceanborn for our opening map. Nope, we're not. Maybe we will, we're just gonna rehost. A few moments. Alright, we're gonna get invited in as we get ourselves ready to rumble. Welcome everybody, how are we doing? Good afternoon to you. When does PTR... Sorry, do I know something about this? When does PTR become full release? Yeah. No, I've got no idea. If I knew, you guys would know as well. Like, you know, I don't get some special note or info. Honestly, I'm really expecting it any day. I don't think they're making any more changes to the PTR, so I don't see why they're not just putting it live. It's probably just on the to-do list. Yeah, if it doesn't go up this week, I'd be very surprised, honestly. I really do think it's 100% due right now to just go live, so we shall see. This game of the day is going to be in the bottom right. Our blue Terran is Honmono, and in the top left, our red Zerg is young Yakov. Is this the morning for me? Nope. I am not in the US, I am in the UK. It is just turned afternoon. 10 past 12 in the afternoon. I've always said Europe kind of has the best time zone for StarCraft because a lot of StarCraft happens in either the Korean evening or the European evening, and the Korean evening is the European daytime. It's very rare that I have to wake up super, stupid o'clock early to cover something because nothing really happens at that point. Every now and again there's like a qualifier. Sometimes that happens a little bit earlier than you might expect or something, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a great time zone to be in. Whereas if you're in America, you gotta wake up at best case East Coast 7 a.m. for these Korean events. 4 a.m. if you're West. Oh, that's grim. That is grim. How long does it usually take to find games on the PTR? I actually have no idea. I've not queued a single game on the PTR. You guys want to know what I find weird? Every week there's 3 or 4 people that sign up to these tournaments and they just don't show up to play. And I'm sure they've showed up to play maybe once, but like 9 times out of 10 they just don't show up to play. And I'm like, how do these guys so consistently sign up and just not like they get off on the fact that they just like make someone wait 10 minutes to get a walkover? It's like the craziest thing to me. Like sometimes I get it, you sign up, something comes up, you don't get a chance to send a message, whatever. It's you don't know who to message, it's whatever. That's why we have walkovers, but like you have to check in like within the hour of the tournament happening. So you have to specifically be on the bracket within 1 hour before it starts, and it's absolutely baffling to me that some people are consistently signing up and then not being here. Like that is just bonkers. Why not ban them? Because it's not really that big of a deal. Like, some people have to wait 10 minutes at the start and then they get a walkover instead of playing a match. Like, it doesn't really make a difference, And I mean, like I say, they do play. I think some of them do play sometimes. Some of them just don't ever play. I feel as though they maybe see the bracket and they just like, nope, not playing. I don't want to play TVP or something, so they just don't play. I don't know. Maybe that's it. Yeah, I mean, it's just a little bit too much effort/care to kind of go through the effort of figuring out who it is consistently and actually putting a ban in place. Because then I have to actually take them out of the bracket and look for them in the bracket, and that's the whole thing. Look at Honmono go, by the way. Fusion Core going down. Starting off this game in the right kind of way. You're going to rush up a battlecruiser. I'm sure that will please quite a few people as we have some definite intrigue in the build order here. Early, we're going to get the Woodamine Marines up into the medevac. And that will begin to boost across. Now, these Zerglings are going to see that coming, so Yakov will have a little bit of a telltale sign of, hey, look, he's bringing the medevac over. As he scouts up here, he's going to see the CC building, but this was all off of one base at first. So one base drop into now the battlecruiser play. We do actually pull back with the medevac. One of Marines will unload, and these feelings will go down. But, I mean, Yakov, he's building roaches. The problem is, if he gets too caught up on this being a one-base attack and doesn't realize that this is actually B season to follow up, he could actually end up in a little bit of trouble. If you don't have the preparation in place for battle cruisers, there's definitely a way in which this could go a little bit wrong, right? I mean, they're going to step up. Going to find an Overlord. I mean, any damage you do right now is pretty neat just to kind of add in and slow down your opponent. He does not actually get the Overlord. Probably should have just let the Woodamine fire on it in the end. And the battlecruiser is going to finish very soon. Also, the Yamato coming up. A couple of Lings are going to go down. Nice save from the Widowmine, low HP. I'm just letting the Marines do their thing. Like I said, this is all a distraction, and then when the first BC teleports onto the third base, I don't know if I'm a fan of the third base teleport. I feel like this is a moment where it's like, go get yourself some queens, go get yourself some damage done, because this BC needs to do work. Your initial command center's late. It's not even on the low ground yet. I feel like trying to make a harassing play on a third base that's not built yet is... I mean, I'm surprised he's getting any drones, because they shouldn't really be there at all, right? They're there too early. They are there too soon, so... yeah, maybe the main base would have been a better initial target just for the BC to at least hit drones from the very get-go, because going after queens is very unlikely to work for a battlecruiser as well, unless you did serious damage against the queens with, like, the Marines and the Widowmine initially. Like, maybe if that medevac drop had been successful against the queens, then a BC teleport just in to kind of hit the third and the queens can't respond to it would have been great, but that's obviously just not what happens. BC has Yamato and Will Yamato. One of the queens in the middle there. Escaping to the upper right-hand side, keeping itself alive. Looks as though that will be able to come back again another day, so battlecruiser is going to get out of there for the moment. Can still see our Spire and our Roach Speed all coming up. BC number 2 teleports in, and 2 BCs together now. Going to begin to harass. Well, Yamato down that first queen that he sees. Spore's a little bit awkward because obviously one of your BCs is super low. The last thing you want to happen right now is to lose the low HP BC. That's the last thing you can let happen here, so gotta be super careful on that one as the queen continues to chase. The BC will drop the teleport. Turn back onto the mineral line. A couple of drones already going down, and those numbers continue to fall as this BC escapes down the left-hand side. I mean, Yakov on his way to the Spire, which is found by the battlecruiser. We have so much damage to do here to really make up in this game. We're 20 workers down, and we are going to be counterattacking with the roaches that we made. Well, there's not a wall off here. There is a bunker, but not like a wall to slow the roaches down properly, so that's not exactly looking ideal. It's fair to say that he didn't just slow roaches. And he's actually going to turn away. He's going to respect it. I think there's a battlecruiser at home as well, right? Yeah, the low HP one. That's quite the request, but okay. It'll take a moment here. Between Yakov and Honmono. Honmono is going to count down, apparently. He got bored of that idea, huh? Well, we'll take a moment. Hopefully it's not actually a full 3 minutes. Why from 180? Because I guess 180 seconds are going to make up 3 minutes. I guess is the idea. Yeah, we'll take a couple moments. Easy to count up. More pressure on the opponent if they see counting down, though. Alright, looks as though Yakov is back. Get back to it as Go-Go gets called. And we resume. A game that Yakov is in a very comfortable position, and Roaches are going to retreat back home. I don't hate that he didn't commit to that. We are going mech, by the way, behind this. More roaches join up. Now they have roach speed, might be a bit easier for them to truly commit into something here, so some possibilities perhaps. There's a couple of BCs just continue to chase after the roaches. Those roaches continue to take some more shots. Roaches come back around. We are going to be seeing the Overseer of Yakov. Commit back through. Just going to come over the top. Tank VC is just going to be there. Roaches get pushed back the other way. And here's Yakov making a big attack. So Roach Ravage will come through. Misato goes down, going to keep moving forward. PC is going to get jumped on. The Yamato's going to town. I mean, there's really just nothing here. It's basically these battle cruisers versus the world. The Roach Ravager, yeah, it does need to get rid of those tanks so they can continue forward. The SCV repair is definitely keeping the BCs alive as the corruptor count isn't super high. Yeah, Yakov obviously did well enough here. Going to be GG's here in this game number 1. Yakov going to take the opening game of the ZVT. More beast battles drop down. And obviously at this point you just build more of the same. More roaches, more ravages, you send it again. A few corruptors, get rid of this final battle cruiser. This one will not turn around in Honmono's favor. I mean, you're down 50 workers, so it's very difficult to afford anything that you might need in those kind of circumstances. GG quest called as the corrupt account is seen, and we will go into game number 2 with Yakov leading 1-0. The one base battlecruiser commitment play apparently was not all it was cracked up to be for Honmono. Unbelievable. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that one? Oh well, fun to see something a little different, of course. I'm gonna go to Golden Ore for map number 2. Thought this map existed. Alright, let's get into game number 2. As we have ourselves in the top left, our blue Terran. This is going to be Honmono. And the bottom right up a game is going to be our red Zerg player, young Yakov. Proxy Rex to start us off on this one. Off to that we go. Yakov is going to go pool first, which is already just naturally an extremely good place to be against this. So this might be a pretty quick sweep on the side of this. Yeah, third Rex coming down. SCV coming about. Couple of Reapers coming up. Queen, Lings, Overlord all coming through as well. Do have the SCV just going to go to the front as the Zergans will move out. I mean, this is really not ideal. Yakov is Yeah, he saw the SCV kind of coming in from the right as well, and he's like, okay, well, what's going on there? Finds the Reaper. So it's actually multi-Rax Reaper on the proxy. I mean, maybe that is going to give us something of a chance then. Maybe there is some hope here. Is expanding then the BC better than BC expand? Yeah, I mean, better economy means the BC has to do less, and a slightly later BC usually doesn't change much, I don't think. As if you're trying to build the bunker goes down, so that will be denied, and these few lings are going to be waiting a little while till they get their link speed, but obviously be able to try and help play the denial game. And he's shutting down the bunker already, takes away a lot of this power. A little bit interesting with cool first, right? Because I guess the second queen takes a little longer to come out, but once the extra queens are popping here, this should be a pretty comfortable initial pushback. There is going to be another attempt at the bunker. Lings are going to come back down the low ground. This is the benefit of having the lings early as well. You can try and make something of a surround. I feel like that should have been a catch over on that left side. That's a good grenade, actually. The queens do get the SCV. We talk about the low HP Reaper. Oh, that's a great grenade. We do get the low HP Reaper, but we're going to lose a queen for it. Yakov has not quite controlled this as well as he could have done. More grenades going down. It's going to be another nice catch. Honestly, great grenades out of Honmono. He's controlling the Reapers very well. The length speed finishes now. We'll see if Yakov can actually get a catch on these Reapers or if they can continue to do more damage. He's such a pointless unit. What's it even great against? He's a pretty incredible late game, though. Like if you get a lot of BCs up with good upgrades, like they are so insanely good. Honmono's Reapers are gonna get caught here, and he's so heavily all in with this. He's only got 11 SCVs in the game. Losing all of his Reapers is pretty much gonna doom him. He's only on one base. There's no expansion behind this. And then they said proxy, this was a real committed proxy, as game is called, and young Yakov will take game number 2 of this best of 3. Yakov takes the start in series. I will head into game 2 in a couple moments. Not game 2, our second series. I think we'll go Yakov versus ByuN, just follow that. Cool. Perfect. Let's go get that ready to go then. So we'll go into ByuN versus Yakov here for our next round. And see if Yakov can cause a little bit of an upset in the ZVT. Gumiho skill has already started, guys. Skill's got a walkover, so they started a few minutes ago already. That is a cool second round matchup, I don't disagree. Trap Geralt starting up as well. So a few of the round of 16s in general getting underway here today. And yeah, hope everyone is feeling good. Excited for some games, ready for some StarCrafting. Just cleaning up a couple of my dashboards and some spaces and stuff. If you're watching on the YouTube, don't forget to give us an early morning, early afternoon, early start of the stream like. Scroll down a second, hit that button. I'm gonna go do it right now. Whoa, WardiTV live stream? No way. It's incredible. Forever to load today. There we go. Beautiful. Alright. Like button clicked. Nagy Lorand 1, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Like I say, we will go into ByuN versus Yakov here for this next round. Bunch of streams currently active, guys. Beomorph currently covering Wayne versus Quanta. They are having an epic 20-minute game on Golden Aura currently. The Cranky Ducklands are apparently in the exact same series. Kolka's currently covering a Nicorakt Rex, which is in the 3rd game of their series. And Inu is in-game with Gumiho skills, so he actually got the cool matchup. That's a cool one. do think that's a very fun matchup. So that one's just starting over on Inu's stream if you're interested in going to have a peek at what is going on over there. So yeah, hello everyone, welcome. How am I doing today? I am doing good. Yeah, just a little tired, but getting into the swing of things. We'll pick up a little bit as the games get going, you know. Oh, excited for some WardiTV Monday action. Edition number 11 already. We have one more of these next week, WardiTV Monday 12. And then we'll see what we do for December. I think we probably will do a December edition of the Monday Cups. So we probably will. I just haven't completely looked into it just yet. Obviously, December usually becomes a pretty busy month as well, actually. So something else to keep in mind a little bit, that that month in general is already kind of busy. So yeah, that might be something for us to keep an eye on also. Excuse me. A little yawny early on today. Apologize. Yeah, we're just waiting for ByuN and Yakov to get their vetoes in. Yeah. It's a fun little series, I think. Fill up a bit of time, see how we go in the rest of the bracket during that time. Well, other matches, like I say, happening. Round of 16 starting to fill out. We'll keep you up to date, obviously, if anything else is decided. Such as Nightmare. He just beat Mocha, which means that now Nightmare will play Classic in the round of 16. They're in the same section of the bracket as Clem, likely to play in the round of 8, whoever wins that one. So, yeah, that's also going to be fun to follow. The Asia server is broken. Nice, always love when the Asia server is broken. Just was just down. It's incredible. Good evening, Salty Medevac. How you doing? See ya. ByuN and Yakov are just taking a very slow approach to the vetoes, guys. They're just taking a little bit of time. That's the lobby. Now though, so we'll get into this ByuN versus Yakov round of 16. So we'll go from there. Follow our way through. Potentially a ByuN hero round of 8. And we'll see. Obviously, the bracket changes so much based on just the timing of matches and how long this series takes versus other series as well. So kind of tough to make a judgment call on what we will go into yet. But there's a lot of possibilities. Firefly will play hero in the round of 16. He just finished up his match against Rebellion's hero Firefly round of 16. About to start up some PvP right there. In the top left corner of the map, our blue Terran player, as we enter our second series of the day, is going to be ByuN, the blue Terran, entering this best of 3. Taking on in the bottom right, the red Zerg, we have young Yakov. Yeah, young Yakov, I think, will be... I mean, he was not as good as I thought he might be in yesterday's WardiTV November group. I think this is going to be a challenging series for him, but I'm always hopeful for someone like young Yakov to come through and to give us a couple of cool games and fun builds. some aggression that can actually go quite nicely some of the time as well. So I'm always kind of ready to see what young Yakov can get up to and bring us as we get into this one and we see where we are heading. Having a Overlord of Yakov out in the middle of the map, so that's going to be moving across for a few moments. It's going to keep moving that over in position here currently as we get to the top left hand side. So far, Overlord, not too much else going on yet. This is a Reaper on the way from ByuN, pretty standard from him as well. No kind of forward barracks, no multi-brax Reaper or anything like that, just very normal standard game from him it would seem, so we'll get going with that as, again, that Reaper is about to pop out. We'll see that Reaper start to move out onto the map and see if it can get anything done heading to the other side. Would you begin to move across right there? The Reaper will try and poke about, see how much damage it can get done. First couple of Lings starting to take some shots. As the Reaper pulls away, and we so far kind of see this kind of going, I guess, we expected it to. Reaper just has to pull back, a couple of Lings pull away, the Queen put a bit of damage out as well where it gets the chance to. And a couple of CCs continue to come up. The Reaper going to get back on the hatch. I mean, Reaper took a few shots of damage, so a few hits already going down. Some damage dealt. As the Reaper will just continue to hang around out the front there currently. Got the wing speed obviously building from Yakov here as well, so that will give him a little bit more of a opportunity, give him a bit more of a chance. One shot back, Queen hits the Reaper, and a couple more Hellions and SCVs still coming through as well. Must have the circling speed coming up right now. That is going to help to chase this Reaper away. Reaper gonna try and make a run for it. Can he get back? Absolutely no way, right? Yeah, I thought maybe some Hellions might come down the ramp and come and help him, but they actually sat back. Did not rush to the rescue. Queen is going to start pinging away at that Overlord. So Overlord taking a little bit of damage, a few shots coming around. Again, the Hellions join up out the front as well. Get to see what exactly they will bring to the table here. Banshee, the Hellions, the Marine this time, all coming through. Additional drones and the Rotron building up also. You have the Hellions going to get in underneath this Overlord. They'll be seen, obviously, Hellions just lurking around. It's only the 6 Hellions at the moment, so only 6 Hellions. The Banshee continuing up, Marine still building 2 more barracks. Being added on as well as we get out the far right-hand side. Once that one goes down, just going to get ourselves a couple of creep tumors, knock those down as well. Impact still on the way in. The Lair, drones, and Queen. And get a couple of Evo chambers as well. All of that continues up. The creep chamber is still on the way through. And those Hellions are going to be gathering up for now, as we do have the Banshees going to make their way down to the bottom. Banshee's gonna come across. A bit of a journey. We have a couple of drones. Don't want to get shot at to begin with. So we'll see a couple of queens continue to take some damage, so a few more shots continuing through right there. Out to the top side, we do see the rest of the lings going to go making their way across for the moment. Attack from Yakov. Very Yakov-esque Ling Roach attack. Let's see how well he can do as he pushes in. The Marines are going to stim. The few Lings taking damage. Roach is going to get that. Siege Tank will go down. The SCVs pull through. A lot of the Marines are getting targeted, so you can decide to go after units rather than the SCVs. Very interesting to focus on the units, because obviously usually you like to get rid of the economy as a Zerg, but wants to lower the unit count. Now the Hellenes, though, are running by, and they're going to find 9 drones and counting. Make it 13. The drones are not exactly making this any easier for themselves. 18 workers go down. It's a little bit brutal as the Banshees get to work on this other side. A couple of drones getting shot at. The hatchery still taking hits. 21 dead drones is pretty nutty, all said and done. A pretty serious amount of damage taken. So Banshees peel away for the moment and we'll reset in this game. Get 2 more drones, man. That's rough, because like I say, we lost some army as ByuN, but the economy damage take there from Yakov, if he was ever going to come across the map and take an advantage out of all that, well, it wasn't going to be in that manner. The Overlord now going down as well, so that's also going to be a kill. Let's continue across. Again, the Banshees swinging their way through a couple of the drone lines, so a little bit more damage being dealt. Maybe that's the end of the Banshee harass, but I don't think we need much more Banshee harass to really continue this into a good position. This honestly feels very good for ByuN. He's done so much for himself already, putting himself in a great place. Prince is going to get chased back, or a Ravager will come through. Marines coming back around to the right hand side. The Roach Ravager still coming across. Queen is going to be there. Creep team is getting knocked down. And Adrenal Glands, my upgrade, plus 2 Carapace. The Ultra Cavern coming in as well. Those Medevac's going to go around the right. Marines will go and load into this corner. Don't think ByuN really needs to do anything too fancy here just yet. Marines continue to step forward. He's going to be paying Roach Ravager force and blast it a little bit. A couple of Banes going down. There's Ravagers getting caught again. 4 drones currently dead in the corner as well as we still step through this hatchery. It's going to be in some trouble. Hatchery going to fall in the next few moments. I mean, ByuN just did so much economic damage. Recovering from that is almost always going to be difficult. Just continue to gather up. We do actually have the Ultra Cavern in the main. Took a transfusion. Could take another one. It's going to go down. If it goes down, you lose kindness play, and that means that any Ultras you make are going to be so much worse than they potentially could have been. It's not a pretty fight from ByuN, honestly. I mean, he is just standing there and letting things happen. And this could have been a lot prettier. But also could have been a lot worse. GG from young Yakov. ByuN is in a position where you can get away with doing that. ByuN takes the game number 1. Alright. Alright, so game number 2 coming up on our signing. That was a pretty comfortable first game win for ByuN. He defended the aggression very nicely. He did a very good job across the board, I would say. And just put himself in some good spots. Well, round of 32 still happening. Milky Cow Lunacy still going on. Wayne and Quanta still playing. Otherwise, most matchups are into that round of 16 stage. As we get ready to kick this off into game number 2. ByuN leading by 1 in our round of 16 matchup here. Today's games. In the bottom left, we do have our blue Terran player. This is going to be ByuN, up 1-0 in the best of 3. No top right, our red Zerg. It's going to be young Yakov. So we got this one underway. Game number 2, young Yakov and ByuN. We'll get to it and see where we are gonna go. Hatchery dropping down onto the natural to start this going. If you like the YouTube counterpart? Hey, thank you so much, Paul. Appreciate it. Yeah, honestly, it is wild how much the YouTube algorithm loves a cheeky little like sometimes. YouTube algorithm has such a self-confidence issue, you know. It needs to be told that it likes things to kind of be like, okay, I got this, you know. It needs that reinforcement. Our signing is our map. Obviously, kind of weird, always going back to these maps on a Monday at the moment after we've had all the new maps being played. Have our Overlord heading down the bottom. We'll follow this for a moment, see where we go, see what we get. If he gets to the center, takes the watchtower, and we'll see a few more Lings and Queens continuing up as well. We're gonna fly a couple Lings taking some damage. The Lings coming down, Reaper gonna take some damage. The back and forth will continue. See that Reaper backing away again. Queen continue to get some damage done. I guess just sort of a quick little admin thing. Reaper pulls back. The few Zerglings coming around the left-hand side, so they're trying to see if there's anything that they can maybe get up to young Yakov, hoping for some run-by potential to maybe save. What's going on? A couple of Hellions continue about. Queens, Banshee. Chilling about. Overlord will get back to the high ground. It's going to be seeing that stim pack on the way in, the extra drones and the queen coming up as our Hellions will get onto the maps. Just going to get out over to the upper right side. Single Zergling. It's going to be taken out in the center. 7 more drones building. The queen coming through. Overlord and Ling still producing. A couple of creep teamers will continue to press on forward. Gonna take the watchtower. Hellions moving through. A couple more Hellions will join up as well. 6 Hellions in total. Gonna come past the watchtower there. The couple of Marines will go after the Overlord. The Banshee providing some vision as well. The Overlord will be dropping down in a couple of moments, so Overlord will fall. The Hellions try and get up the right side. And the extra barracks and the engineering base continue to come about. A couple of Lings come through. And Lair on the way, the extra drones coming by, the extractors are building. One upgrades and that stim pack coming through as the factory will swap to the tech lab, the racks to the reactor. What is on the go? Stim pack finishes soon. And sit and wait. Siege tank settling down as the couple of Banshees of ByuN will get up to the top. Maybe be able to take a turn in toward the national in the near future. Shots, shots, shots. 4 drones going down already. Front just going to be turning away. The roaches are going to be the choice again, but not as aggressive from Yakov this time. Still going to just head into roaches, but not going to be really hitting the time with them. Have you seen the Hydra Den and the infestation pit still coming through? The evolution chamber, carapace, and roach speed coming up as well. Banshee's still getting going as well. A couple more drones. Five workers go down. Again, combat shield finished. The 1-1 upgrade still come through. The Hellions holding out on the watchtowers. The hive continues up. 6 more overlords in production. A few more drones as well. Right hand side, the queen continue to go after the Banshee. A few more drones keep on dropping. A lot of damage. Once again, ByuN, maybe not the money damage that you found last game of 20 plus workers, but enough drones to significantly impact the outcome of where Yakov is getting to and what Yakov can afford to do. Then just gets a queen and a creep teamer there and then steps back as the roaches will come through. The tanks are back at home. He will start dropping around, see if he can out multitask his opponent. Couple of the Lings drop the Lurker Den on the way on the natural as well. A couple of medevacs will continue to move. We'll find one Overlord. That will get killed off pretty quickly and easily. Still got the 2-2 on the way out with the +1 vehicle plating. Also in production. That Lurker Den and Hive on the way through. And yeah, 1-0 Alex. Thank you so much for the 4-month resub. Welcome back. This is a cancelled hatcher on the left-hand side. So again, ByuN's drop play is definitely succeeding. He's now bringing the main army through the center. It's not that large because he just has so much in the drops around the edges. Roach Hydra coming through. The medevacs get pushed away. It's still gathering in the center. We got by Roach Ling Hydra. Continue to settle down as our Hellbats will step up into the front as well. Hellbat will move up, and we are going to step into this. Just going to see a few more of those creep teamers getting knocked down. The Zergling's back on the bottom side, going to get cleaned up as well. Just have a few moments to sit and chill. Wait to see what the next step of this is going to be. We're just going to have ourselves creep teamers here. We're going to start getting cleaned up. So we clean up some creep. We step a bit further forward. The tank going to siege up again. Make a couple tanks coming over as well. The Marines will get in reach of and kill off that hatchery. So the hatchery on the gold goes down. Oh, might have been out of place a bit to the right, maybe. It continues to get knocked away at the lurkers will begin to burrow. As we do have Yakov really relying on those for the defense. We're back into this mineral line, however, and no defense on the natural. Could drop down to that low ground where drones are long distancing as well. Potential kills right there. And obviously, ByuN is just not slowing down. The lurkers not burrow. Two of them die as ByuN's actually going to close the distance well enough to justify coming up here. Has the scan available as well. Tanks could target fire those few lurkers. It gets messy because obviously you still were attacking into lurkers at the end of the day, and Yakov will find a defense. ByuN's just all over him, though. I mean, the drone damage adds up. We are on our way to 3 more command centers, and ByuN is right in kind of thinking he can afford a trade like this, just overly aggressively, arguably, and I think so because he's got obviously so many CCs on the way up as well. He does completely reset the lurker count pretty much as well, only 3 on the map after that fight, so yeah, it maybe didn't look as though ByuN was going to maintain as much of a lead as he had, but I do think he did a lot to slow down an opponent who was trying to get comfortable. We'll continue on to the Overlord. It will go down again as the Bio gets back up to the top. So the hatchery goes down, so that one gets cancelled. The drone gets picked up. Stepping up, Roach goes down, Hydra goes down. The Lurker's trying to step up as well. And you're just not allowed a 5th base. If you're not allowed a 5th base, then that is an issue given enough time. But mine actually is going to go off for a couple of lings. Boost into the back of this natural where, once again, just units not immediately in position, so drones are going to start going down. There's tech structures here as well you've got to consider. As the lings are running in, I mean, this is a horrible choke point for them to run through. We actually are going to burrow the lurkers out of reach of the bio units as well. ByuN is going to push the gold base. We just mentioned not allowing a 5th base. Well, this is exactly the same storyline there. ByuN will lose the army to the top, but like I said, his army on the bottom gets the 5th on the gold. The units aren't nearby at all because they've still been dealing with the attack on the natural, and as they run into position, a couple of ghost snipes could already just kind of swallow up good chunks of this army. A lot of the lurkers getting sniped right from the start. ByuN just continues the all-out aggression that is absolutely looking wonderful for him. His medevac's going down, but the main story over here is the snipes just continue to land, and Hydra's melting, drones dropping still. This game does seem as though we are heading to a 2-0 for ByuN. And then a win on the board as he would move into today's quarterfinals. Get up to a point on the top, lift up, go elsewhere. ByuN still has units over here, just a few stray ones, kind of here, there, and everywhere. Drone Overlord goes down. This hatchery going to fall again, just no 5th base allowed. ByuN's own 5th base is already up. And yeah, that's the GG. That was definitely kind of scripted into this game with the way that ByuN was playing. Yakov gets out of there. ByuN advances. He goes to the round of 8. He's going to be our 2nd player in the round of 8 today. Joining Trap, who 2-0'd Geralt. So Trap and ByuN in the round of 8, not against each other. Meanwhile, Nicorakt 2-1 over Rex. He plays Clem. The winner of that plays Classic and Nightmare. Hero versus Firefly will decide who plays against ByuN in the next round. And then MaxPax versus Milky Cow. The winner plays Gumiho or Skillers. Apparently that one's still going on. That must be a great one. Let's have a peek on that scoreline over on Inu's stream. Gumiho's only up a game against Skillers, so they must have had quite a long first game. Behemoth's on that one. Cranky Ducklings are casting Wayne Shin, as Wayne did come out eventually over Quanta. Then it seems 2-0. Okay, some fun matches going on right now. Clem leads the game over Nicorakt already as well, guys. So that's all happening right now in the WardiTV Monday event. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Good to see you all. get ready for some more action. In just a few, we'll figure out what's going to be next for us. Wonder if we can catch Hero Firefly, getting ideas to how far in game they are. Let's have a look, see if we can get any info. I don't have them on my friends list. Alright, well, not 100% sure what will happen there. Guess we're just waiting for results. Actually, apparently Clem already 2-0 Nico Racked. Apparently that game just ended, just so I looked away. Yeah, so we're kind of waiting for a round of 8, guys. We just need a couple of matches to come through, perhaps. Figure out the answer there. No, Yakov, yeah. Yakov, I feel like Yakov always has a bit of potential, but it's just not really been his week this week. A couple of events we've had him in, unfortunately. Oh yeah. Yeah, just definitely playing a bit of a waiting game here, guys. Alright guys, Gumiho just came out of games, so I think him and Skillis might have just finished up. It doesn't really change much. MaxPax and Milky Cow are still in game on their series. Yeah, it looks like Gumiho probably got 2-0. It's not on the bracket yet. That means we got 4 round of 8s, and in all 4 round of 8s we have 1 player ready, but no second player. Ay. Always happens. You couldn't just have 1 round of 8 be ready already, you know? That would make too much sense. That would make too much sense. PvP should finish up soon. Yeah, I don't think that's going to take too much longer, honestly. I mean, they were playing from about the same time as ByuN and Yakov starts, unless they start playing some really crazy PvP. Or go to a game 3, I guess. I don't have any of them on my friends list in Korea, so I can't, can't really do much there. Classic Nightmare playing, the winner of that plays Clem. That's also a fun series. Clem against the Protoss. Clem has not been perfect in this event recently. Lost out last week to Trap. Trap went on to win the whole thing if you didn't catch last week's game. So it was a pretty fun event last week, the Monday Cup. Just so we have a couple minutes then waiting for games to come around, guys, and finish up and stuff. Just a little reminder, tomorrow's games are going to be back to WardiTV in November on the PTR as well. Tomorrow's group is really good. I've not mentioned on stream yet, but let me open the Wikipedia and just tell you exactly what the list is. So tomorrow's games are going to feature Classic, Trap, ByuN, Oliveira, and Solar. That is a very good group. That is a group where every single best of 3 matters. Maybe one of the best 5-player round-robin groups we've had, honestly. Like, that is an extremely good group happening tomorrow. So, Classic Trap, ByuN, Oliveira, and Solar. How did that Group B get made? Well, what happened was that 3 players said that Group B would be really good for them. And then the other Zergs that we have in the competition, we are all very good. So Solar was just one of the good Zergs that got put in there. And then the other player was just of the correct race, and it just seemed like a fun player to put there. So, yeah, like that, I guess. Like that, I guess. Yeah, that group is kind of crazy. That group is kind of crazy. Have I got a 4th Zerg for the last group? No, I have 4 Zergs. My issue is trying to find a 5th Zerg. But actually, Rogue finally replied to me, so Rogue said he would play. So we actually do have Group D made. I'm actually just looking for a final player for Group C. I think we're going to invite a Terran, because... yeah, I don't really have much of a... I don't have much of a good suggestion outside of that, so I think we're going to invite a Terran for Group C on Wednesday. Expecting Gumiho or Spirit to offset Group B. Yeah, it's because the Terrans were already decided for Group B, so ByuN and Oliveira both requested Group B, so did Trap. Like I say, it was going to be between Solar, Shin... well, Solar and Shin for Group B as well, and so I put Solar in. Because in theory, Solar is the weaker Zerg in terms of results lately over Shin. I guess we could have had like a Classic. A Classic is like maybe the final player that could have been like DNS or Hearthstone, but I wasn't sure where the other groups were going to be at, so we put Classic in there. It's kind of weird, like Classic, DNS, and Hearthstone are kind of on that same like collection of processes, like one goes in each group, and it just the way it played out. Sometimes it's like that. Yeah, some of the players just requested certain groups, and that has an impact on it, obviously. That has an impact. I think ByuN and Hero just hopped over to Korea. Let's see if I can catch them. Oh, okay, guys. Clem versus Classic or ByuN versus Hero? Decide right now what you guys want to see. Clem Classic or ByuN Hero? Decide right now. ByuN Hero, Clem Classic, ByuN Hero, ByuN Hero. Wow, wow. Masses of people want to see ByuN versus Hero. That's wild. Wow. I thought Clem was at least going to get a couple of... well, he did get a couple of votes. Classic or Zaun? No, Classic. Guys, if it says Classic on the bracket, it's Classic. Zaun is just called Classic on... Zaun is just called Classic on the PTR. That's still Zaun. Clem Classic is a banger. I think ByuN Hero is the better matchup, but like Clem Classic is also very good. It's a tough one, honestly. I mean, everyone in chat said, well, not everyone. Actually, I didn't look at the in the YouTube chat. It's actually a little bit closer, maybe a bit Clem favored, but in the Twitch chat, it was massively ByuN Hero favored. I'm just 2-0s. Yeah, I think there's more likely a better series in ByuN Hero than Classic versus Clem, personally. I kind of agree. Yo, Aki27, thank you so much for the 25-month resub on the Prime. I think Clem would be boring to see. I mean, it's always a pleasure to watch Clem. Just, I think Hero's favorite as well. Yeah, look, there's just 2 good matches, right? Oh, Dog participated. Dog was signed up, but he didn't check in, so no Dark in the bracket today, unfortunately for us. Would love to catch some more Dark games. Clem Classic would be nice. Look, guys, they would both be nice. Just make them wait for it. Alright, here's the deal. We will not cast any of the bottom part of the bracket, but we're going to go ByuN versus Hero, then Clem versus Classic, and then the semi-final. I don't think the players would be too impressed. We have a 4th Zerg, we're searching for a 5th Zerg? No, we have a 5th Zerg. I'm looking for a final non-Protoss player. I've given up on it necessarily being a Zerg. Alright guys, we're figuring this out slowly but surely. Okay. We're just having a massive moment trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Alright, Hero and ByuN are both going to ready up and we're going to kick this off, get this going. And get this going, guys. I appreciate if you guys, a bunch of you want to watch Clem Hero, I believe, sorry, Clem Classic. Clem Classic will be casted on the, I think Beowulf is going to cover it, so if you guys want to watch on Twitch, Beowulf, you can find it there. Wardy, have you considered that if you start running a Warcraft tournament, you can call it the Wardy Warcraft Weekly, aka WWW, and host at www.WardiTV.com? Wow, Kid Dragon. Someone should hire you. Not because you have a great mind, just because if you actually had a job or something, you might not have time to come into Twitch chat and have such stupid ideas. Love you, Ravi. Hope you're doing great today. Thanks for the thanks for the amazing concept if I ever wanted to get into Warcraft. Top left hand side, our blue Terran player here is ByuN. As in the bottom right, our red Protoss is Hero. We'll kick off a best of 3. And we see where we're going to go. What's going to happen as the forward barracks comes down from ByuN already, so a bit of aggro from ByuN. Forward barracks, forward Reaper. We'll go from there. Wardy's so brutal. Look, you know, Fear Dragon knows what his role in the caster kind of clique is, and that is to be the jokey guy that sometimes gets bullied a bit in return. He knows that we love him. You know, I've just got to keep up with the appearances of how it all works, you know. ByuN versus Hero quarterfinals here today. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day, a wonderful start to your week. Happy Monday to you all. Again, glad to be here with some WardiTV Mondays action for you guys as well. See the SCV get up to the high ground. Then place the factory back at home. No surprises about that one. As we do have our Nexus and Cybercore continue to come up. Just going to get that all on the way. And we have ourselves that Reaper going to be popping out in the next couple of moments. So, we got this going. We get this on the move. A Tech Lab goes down on that barracks. Ooh, ByuN's going to be a little bit funky and aggressive, isn't he? Look at him go. Not really expecting that, to be honest. As the Reaper is going to hop up into the main base. Takes a couple shots from the Adept. Have a concussive shells on the way. Look at that. There's the shells coming up. Marauder on the way through. Hellion coming up as well. The Reaper takes a little hit there. The Starport continues to produce. Now the Reaper turn back around towards the center of the map. Warp gate building in. The Stargate is coming online. Just gonna have the Hellion over there as the Starport continues to come through. Just gonna be seeing the Marauder and concussive shells. Will allow us to get fully aggressive, and we'll see how this is gonna work. We'll see what's gonna happen here. Phoenix on the way definitely helps defensively. One of those units that is just going to be able to take some of the, better units offensively of the, of this attack out of it. Here it comes back the other direction. And it's going to be Stim starting up on that forward barracks as well, by the way. As our first Phoenix is out, our second on the way through. Hero gathers the Adepts in the main base. And this attack of ByuN is finally about to arrive, so we are going to get going on this attack in just a moment. The units are ready to pop up this ramp and go, go, go. It's a medevac, it's Hellions, it's a Reaper, and it's Marauders as well. Do we have enough damage to kind of work through the battery? We're going to send the Marauders onto the battery. What a choice that is. The Phoenix will lift up the Reaper of all things. I don't know if that's a choice compared to just taking out some the Hellions. Because the Hellions can do a lot against the probes. They were lined up. 8 workers go down. ByuN's one baser is doing serious damage. 10 workers die. And so far, the Marauders are going to go untouched. The problem right now is that these Phoenix are out of energy. So the Phoenix being out of energy, they can no longer really kind of do much else. These Marauders will go for a bunch more workers as they kite around the corner. A Hellion about to show up. The Phoenix probably have to prioritize getting rid of the Hellion. And then 2 more Marauders are going to arrive. 5 Marauders still alive, going to knock the pylon down. The Viking is going to land as one of the Marauders gets lifted up and taken out by the Phoenix. Sure, I mean, the Phoenix obviously gathering energy a little bit more quickly now as well, as we are going to have this pylon going to drop. That's going to be the Stargate depowered if it falls. They're just going to back away from, again, the probe pull. Another Marauder about to show up as ByuN doing serious damage here in this main base. He's even got Stimpack now. The Super Battery goes down. This is not on the patch, remember. But apparently Super Battery cannot keep that pylon alive. And with Stim, these Marauders are going to deal with these probes even more quickly and easily than before. I was going to say, well, don't even hate another Stim here just to kind of keep on firing a bit more quickly, killing probes more quickly and effectively. 28 workers killed, and ByuN's attack is a massive success story. The Viking will go for a few final probes. And now a Cyclone shows up as well. I mean, do not get me wrong, the Phoenix obviously can eventually play cleanup, but you're playing off of 7 workers, 6 workers, 5 workers in a moment. The numbers keep getting worse and worse for you as the Marauder chases for the Stalker, gets it, turns around, final lift from the Phoenix. But 4 workers remain from Hero. And I don't know about you guys, but not a lot of games are usually won off of 4 workers against 23. As ByuN does have his command center building on the low ground, so he begins to expand behind this. That's why Hero hasn't left, because this was very committed from ByuN initially. Marauder and the Hellion continues to step through. I mean, yeah, I guess you just kind of go for this because this is 2 bases of you versus 1 base on the other side. The Phoenix goes down. There is such a thing as, sending a few too many units forward as ByuN. That Marauder and Hellion didn't do much there. I was going to say, there's also such a thing as I mean, I just don't think Hero has a true way back into this, but he's going to give it a shot. I mean, I guess if there wasn't enough anti-air, you could argue there was maybe something of a chance. Right? But multiple Phoenix go down. Yeah, you know what? I don't hate that. Check to see if the Phoenix can maybe overwhelm and just kind of do something. If there's not enough anti-air, you may be able to get a little bit of momentum in your favor and get something going. The moment the Phoenix die, get the hell out of there. It's not going to work anymore. GG's. Damn. That was a fun little attack. Alright, game number 2 coming up in a second. Our second map here is going to be Ghost River. Toasted and ready to go. Alright, ByuN's build. Working out for him. As we get this next game started, I want to just try and take another quick check to see how some of the other matches are going quickly on the other streams. Cranky Ducklings are currently in game. Nope, they're not currently in game. That would explain that one. ByuN is currently in game on Classic and Clem. Looks like Clem is doing well in the early game there. Alright, let's hop into our next game. This was not the upcoming patch, no. So just to quickly explain, WardiTV Mondays can't be held on the new patch/PTR because we're partnered with OSC. And OSC is a big tournament system that gives out points that qualifies you into finals at the end of the year. They are helping provide the prize money alongside Loco TV and Winter Gaming, thank you guys, for these WardiTV Mondays. So as long as that is the case, we can't run on the PTR because one of OSC's requirements is that all OSC partnered events on the live version of the game. Now, obviously, it's one of the very few times where this is just detrimental because we are at the point where the PTR is absolutely going to be the live version of the game. It's just their official rules doesn't let us do that, so we are still on the old patch for WardiTV Mondays. Yeah, and I agree. Obviously, I think with the new energy overcharge, that would have been a better defense because you would have had more lifts available. I think you guys are absolutely right in your kind of assessments there, that more lifts probably would have helped out more than the super battery, which didn't really do anything at all. Didn't really do anything at all. Probe nibbles at the SCV, some damage dealt. Probe comes back over, SCV will take a couple of nibbles. You'll see that SCV taking a few more shots. Is going to be going down in a couple of moments as well, so that SCV will fall very soon, it would seem. If it fires up, cleans up that probe, gonna come onto the map here. Comes over to the sides. Again, factory is building, so ByuN gets ready for the next step of this. And Stargate coming up and around. It's going to be having ourselves the Cyclone, and a couple of Marines are coming out. Take ourselves a few moments to get settled in. The Adept building on the gateway. And again, just Cyclone and a couple of Marines building up as well. So we just got that all up and rolling. Factory drops down in Tech Lab. Ourselves readied up. Let's see the Reaper. And continue to gather up. Again, the Adept coming over. Cyclone locks on, and the Adept is going to be backing away for a couple of moments instead. Pulls back. And Cyclone moves up this ramp. A few Marines coming about. Command Center going to go down to the low ground. Medevac and Siege Tank are going to be on the way in as well, so we get all of that going. We'll see. Small map, this one. We got depths negotiating up. The Reaper will get taken down, so the Reaper gets picked off. Again, Siege Tank and a few Marines coming up as well. Tank is going to get sieged. The Adepts are going to chase across. Phoenix is building. Again, it's going to be seeing a couple of Adepts trying to shade up to the high ground. The Phoenix is going to lift up a couple of the SCVs. 2 SCVs getting lifted and killed. The Phoenix got turned back the other direction. They think about coming in once again. The Adepts continue to go by. Marines are going to get there. Cyclone is going to get rid of a Phoenix as well. But we are pushing across the map at the moment here. ByuN looking scary with this army. Pulled the SCVs. The Adepts on the other side will get a couple of workers on the low ground, but they're going to have to start coming back home. The Medevac, though, takes a lot of early damage. An Immortal on the way. The Phoenix have such a big role to play here. We'll see what the SCVs want to do. Obviously, you know, they are in charge of repairing, but they could also maybe try and set some bunkers up and try and pressure you. As, that Immortal may never get out. The Robo gets depowered. What a huge moment that is. We pull back. We target down both Phoenix. The tanks are back on the ground. The Marines are putting in work as the tanks get lifted again. I don't even hate not targeting the Phoenix there because the tanks aren't taking damage and you're not in a rush to get them back on the ground. The Robo being depowered and no Immortal here is going to be absolutely soul-crushing as that Robo facility is killed and ByuN is going to take game 2 of the best of 3. Well, this is a one-sided series, but I think not the way we expected it to be one-sided. I think if anyone thought this was going to be one-sided, it was more likely going to go the other way and be one-sided kind of towards Hero with the way that games have been going lately. A little bit surprised about that one as ByuN just gets it done here in the WardiTV Mondays. Quarterfinals, an event where ByuN has actually struggled quite a lot, more than you might expect him to have. On the bottom portion of the bracket, by the way, MaxPax plays Gumiho and Shin plays Trap, so those quarterfinals setting up as well. MaxPax Gumiho just starting now. Maybe we can actually get into MaxPax Gumiho game number 1 and just go from there. That'd be cool. Okay, let's do MaxPax Gumiho fresh best of 3, and then we'll just go from there. Perfect. Yo, Soulman, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Should have watched Clem. Clem is also apparently blasting through his matchup against Classic. Maybe this was just not one of the the great choices that we thought it was going to be. Alright guys, we're going to go diving into MaxPax Gumiho here. So we'll do this as another quarterfinal, and then we'll move into both semifinals and the finals after. So that's nice. So we actually finished quickly enough to actually cast another quarterfinal in the form of MaxPax and Gumiho. So let's see what Gumiho can do against MaxPax as more StarCraft resumes right now here in WardiTV Mondays 11. In the bottom right-hand corner, this is game number 1 of Fresh Series. The Blue Protoss from Denmark is MaxPax. Taking on in the top left, our red Terran player. This is Gumiho. Alright, so we head on into this Gumiho versus MaxPax best of 3. And we'll see what is in store for us. I actually think this could be a fun one as well. I wouldn't have prioritized it over the other matchups. But, yeah, kind of cool to be able to grab this one right now. As we just have our SCV going to come out onto the left side of the map there. And go moving down for the moment. Probe moving about as well. Can Gumiho get what would be an upset against MaxPax? MaxPax has been extremely consistent in these online cups as of late. He's been so good at just week after week coming through with this, so excited to see if he can, if Gumiho can maybe, like I say, have a little bit of an impact. Gumiho is a pretty tricksy player, will play some different builds and so on, so definitely some potential there for things to get interesting. Right about to pop, and we do see our Nexus on the way up. Simulator, Adept, and Warp Gate all producing. Drop our reactor down on the barracks as well as... Hey, thank you so much, Palkin Tokaju. How you doing on the 55-month resub? Welcome back, really appreciate it. As our Reaper will continue on to the Zealot here. Zealot sits in that line of sight blocker, but the Reaper has high ground vision, so can actually kind of fight back a little bit. It's a fun interaction. Haven't seen someone trying to hide in that line of sight blocker for... I actually don't think I've really seen that at all. That's not one we usually hide in, no? Very interesting. Anyways, here's the Adept. Gonna shade up as well, as this first Zealot and Adept will combo to push the Reaper back and allow us to continue to move upwards on the map and try and put some pressure in. The proxied factory from Gumiho is going to be a Cyclone. Of course, this is not the patch, and so the Cyclone is still pretty darn good on the ground. Adept gonna chase. Reaper gets pushed back up to the high ground again. The grenade goes down. Seeing that blink on the way up from MaxPax, no surprises. What is going to be a surprise is how powerful this Medevac Cyclone combo can be. We'll see how well this does as we get this ready to hop in toward the main base. And perhaps in the next few moments. That blink's still chrono boosting along. A couple Cyclones will pop. The Medevac will be here in a moment. Result in the Adept are going to get a couple of swipes off on the command center there, so some damage being dealt. Adept will shade at the top and go pushing through. Gumiho about to drop the main base of MaxPax with those two Cyclones. The Adept is actually going to get in and realize, whoa, hang on a second, there's no starport, there's no factory here, and hello, that's where they are on the other side of the map. Probes have to start pulling. 3 workers killed already, make it 4. How well can the Cyclones do as 2 Stalkers show up? We'll continue for a couple more workers. Obviously, we have the Medevac micro to avoid some of these Stalker shots. We've missed a few of the lift-ups. At the same time, Zealot on the natural going to do very well. No, we lose a Cyclone as well. Gumiho not quite with the cleanest micro he's looking for, and for all of that, he gets 8 probes, but he's lost 5 SCVs, and he's still gonna... Oh my goodness, he just dropped fresh mules onto the Adept and the Zealot. One of the fresh mules dies, the other has to run away. We're now at 6 SCVs killed. This is much better economic damage actually from MaxPax because he's forced a lot of SCVs to run away from the natural as well. And it's so much less commitment from MaxPax too. In fact, he's going to get to 8 SCVs now, maybe 9 with this. Oh my goodness. It's all gone wrong for Gumiho. Like I said, I mean, the attack in itself wasn't even bad. It was just, you can't have that attack but then take all the damage at home at the same time. See if the Liberator can show up to do much here, but I'm not really holding my breath or expecting much of anything. The Stalkers continue to chase down that Cyclone. It will fall. Cyclone drops down. This Liberator is going to siege up again. A few probes off to the edge. Going to have to be careful. Now Stalker's just going to blink up to the high ground. This is where MaxPax is going to try and make the absolute most of his Stalkers, and very good micro so far. I was going to say, I feel like he needed to make a play to get that final Stalker out of there, but he actually didn't quite get the unload off the Prism in time and then get back to go pick up. A little bit of a shame. So one Stalker lost, which maybe could have survived. Nexus Chrono boosting, again the Forge coming up, the charge on the way. The Stalker's going to get across and SCVs will begin to go down. SCVs are dropping, the few Marines will be there, continuing to hit those Stalkers. Challenge continues to be done. Stalkers and MaxPax get back to the top. A couple Stalkers will unload. Maybe a chance to hop into the main base here as the Blink will allow us to get straight in. The Marauder will go down. We're not going to find the chance to get the Tech Lab, so Stim will stay alive. Obviously still a nice start. Again, a Marauder Blink out is available here too. We'll do exactly that. And again, we're moving into that charge upgrade to stay heavy on the gateway aggression in these early stages. moves back to the center. We're going to turn it around. A couple stalkers going to get chased. I will retreat away here currently as we do have the charge and the +1 continue to come up and online. Fire Force will get there as well and just continue to push those stalkers away, so doing what we can there. And try and keep everything pushed back as best we can. The stalker's going to get back at it and once more going to go in for the bio units. Yeah, you know, Gumiho has a little bit of power with his attack because it has stim and it is just gateway centric on the side of MaxPax. There's definitely an opportunity here for Gumiho to do very well. Problem is he's losing SCVs at home. I'm not sure if he just has the continued momentum that he needs. MaxPax is having an Immortal showing up. He can pop overcharge and Gumiho will say GG. Losing too many SCVs and MaxPax is going to take game 1 of this best of 3. MaxPax takes the opening game here of this quarterfinal matchup. We'll jump into another here in just a second then. Get that ready to go. Got this game 2 coming up in a sec, guys. Got this hosted. Let's see what will happen as we wait for Gumiho to join us here. This next game about ready to begin. Thank you for, again, being here early for our WardiTV Mondays today, guys. Working our way through these quarterfinals. In the bottom right hand side, we're going to have ourselves the Blue Protoss player who does come out of that pretty scrappy game, actually. When you think about the, the Cyclone drop and so on, and that Zealot and the Depth just did so much damage on the other side of the map. That really is where the game went so wrong. MaxPax up 1-0, taking on the red Terran top left, Gumiho. Clem Classic is now 1-1. Okay. I'll admit, you guys were wrong. We should have watched Clem versus Classic. Ay, ay, ay. 1-1 between Clem and Classic then. Clem must have won the first game pretty quickly, though. I wonder what Classic got up to in game 2. Again, that is on ByuN's stream if you want to catch it. We'll continue here in this matchup between MaxPax and Gumi. Probably gonna nibble up. SCVs will take some shots. SCV gonna fight against the probe, so probe will take some damage. And then it will drop down, and you have our Marine hitting the probe a few times over, and that probe taking some hits. So a few shots eaten up right there. Get pushed over to the edges. We do have a little bit of chill time. And the probe goes down, and Gumiho clears that up. Again, playing the Marine instead of the Reaper means he's not going to have as much scouting potential across the map or as much information and so on, but you do have a little bit of a faster factory because 50 gas was not spent on the Reapers. So that goes a long way a lot of the time, actually. So that's something we can maybe keep track of and keep in mind as well. Factory finishes. Again, the Stargate is coming up from MaxPax. The Nexus is about to finish. The Warp Gate continues through as well. Definitely just straight through the natural and in toward the main base for the moment. That fires a few shots off, nothing super crazy going on. Seems like we'll really try and get rid of a couple of those Marines, but unfortunately not quite going to happen. Unless we just keep on pulling back and getting out of there for the moment. Back and a couple Marines still coming through. There is a siege tank in production from Gumiho as well. Medevac is about to pop, and that's going to allow us to load up the Marines, and they can go now across the map. We'll see what they can find as they get to the bottom right. Couple Phoenix already out, another Phoenix going to rally across now as well. Marines will just not get too far forward though. MaxPax with the Phoenix should be very good. Gonna have the robo facility still getting the observer going. Again, tank, couple Marines coming through the robo bay on the way as well. Phoenix try and push in, the Marines are going to be there, medevac overhead, and the Phoenix is going to try and come back across again. Lift up that SCV, the Marines will be there to push the Phoenix back around as well. SCVs go down, so not bad harassment. Colossus on the way. Next is still producing on through. Going to get that finished up in a few moments as the couple of Vikings will be overhead. The tank's going to get to the front as well. It's a lot of units. Gumiho's push definitely has some scariness to it. Something you got to respect a little bit here is MaxPax. Make sure you have a force to fight that. The first Colossus will help a lot. The Viking count obviously makes it difficult for the Phoenix as well to really do much. The Phoenix even trying to catch reinforcements, but the Vikings are positioned well. Good setup from Gumiho, and I think he will successfully move forwards on the map here. I like this from MaxPax as well. He's going to force the tanks to siege, and this should just be him pulling back. Oh, good target fire at least. Does get a good chunk of units off the tank shots there. I mean, basically we're just trying to slow this down as much as possible for MaxPax. He does lose 2 Phoenix fighting the Vikings in the background as well. So some damage taken on that one. Tanks continue to press up. The Immortal and the Colossus continue to have to back away. Cyclone gets a lock onto the Colossus also. The couple Stalkers warping in. The Vikings are going to push through. The battery is going to overcharge, and that battery is going to overcharge onto that Colossus to do a lot for it. Zichan picked off over on the edge, but we do lose the Colossus. Not really enough to survive on the right side with, so MaxPax in a lot of trouble. As Mole fell there as well. He does have another Colossus. We're currently building an observer off the robe, and like I say, the Vikings are just so powerful in this moment. Too many of them, I think, for these Phoenix to really handle at all, as our gateway in the front is going to go down. I actually think MaxPax may just be completely dead in the water, to be honest. I'm looking for a way out for him, but the supply really is not there. The Phoenix will go down. The Vikings can work on the Colossus. There's not another Colossus on the way. We're building a Prism. That's not going to save the day here at all. In fact, the Prism's never even going to get out anyway. And what we're going to run, I guess we wait for charge and we run these Zealots in and see if they can do enough. By that time, MaxPax has basically lost the game already. Third base going down. He is building a fourth on location, so try and get that up as the Zealots are going to charge through. The Bio is going to stim. The Zealots will melt away. GG. Gumiho takes game number 2 of the best of 3. And we have got a series on our hands here in this quarterfinal matchup. As, yeah, that was a very scary push at the end of the day. So we're actually going to get MaxPax taken to a third game against Gumiho. That is very exciting as well. Some fun stuff happening in this event. I'm going to go Ghost River for game 3 as well. Damn. Alright. Let's get into game 3 here and keep these games moving, guys. Thanks for joining us for WardiTV Mondays 11. It is MaxPax Gumiho, third map. The winner of this would play Shin or Trap in the semifinals. I'm not sure how Shin Trap is going currently, but if that's on the Ducklings channel, let's have a peek. Trap is 1-0 up against Shin, so our only Zerg left standing in the event is down a map. Go Shin, go, you got this, buddy. Zergs are such a rare race in this day and age, it's crazy. Top left-hand corner, as we are tied up 1-1 in this best of 3. The Blue Protoss player is MaxPax. And top right, our red Terran is Gumiho here on Ghost River. Was I right? We got 2 PVTs instead of 1 with Clem Classic. Yeah, I think Clem Classic being game 3 is kind of exciting. Honestly, Gumiho and MaxPax being game 3 is exciting as well. We got the barracks going here, and just gonna have ourselves the gateway coming up as well. You see the pro backing away for a couple of moments. Let's see what Gumiho wants to do in this game. Try to see if he's got a some more tricksy stuff up his sleeve or not. Robton's around. Heads back home. Maybe into the factory before we expand here. We're through the center. Again, factory coming up. Command center on the way. We got the Adept coming across. Reaper will get chased back. We have ourselves the Reaper and the Hellion continuing through. The command center's coming up as well. Starport still building on the way from Gumiho, so we get that going as well. That Hellion pops out. Reaper still coming through. Twilight Council, Gateway, all building on the side of MaxPax. So get that Twilight Council online in a few moments. The Adepts will step forward. The Reaper and the Hellion coming through. That's Blink on the way then. We will have ourselves a Robo on the way through as MaxPax settles into Ghost River. Now Gumiho is on a couple of Reapers and a Hellion. He's got that CC finishing for himself. Medevac on the way, so we can maybe see some more aggression from him with the Cyclone. See what the next step of this will be for him. As MaxPax does get the Stalk on the high ground and deflect those Reapers, at least that gets turned back around. We get the Adept there. The Reapers, the Marines, the Cyclone coming back through. Soldiers gather up again, liberating a couple Marines coming out as well. Just going to be having the Bio going to get there, knocking down the rocks. See them made it back up through the top. Stalker's ready to hop into this main base, but I mean, Gumiho's in position. Stimpack will be protected nicely. Again, next coming up, probes coming through. Got ourselves a tank, marine, stimpack. Full continuability as the engineering bay comes about as well. Just gonna get ourselves that forge on the way. MaxPax gonna start to improve his own upgrades at this point. The main base now do get through, and they actually do get rid of Stimpack, so after defending that nicely the first time around, it is going to look very good here for MaxPax the second time around. Gets a good few SCVs. Obviously denying Stim is going to really slow down the Terran's kind of stance in this game in general. I mean, the tech lab was very exposed. At first we protected, the second time around we do not, and that's going to cost you so heavily. These Stalkers will get rid of the Liberator too, so that's going to be the end of that harassment from Gumiho. Marines go down, tank there as well. Still got the +1 attack and charge coming up too. So just gonna get there for the Cyclone. The few Marines step forward as well. Still got Stimpack and +1 coming up. Marine Marauder still coming by for the moment. Charging +1, continue to come about. So let's come over. We're now going to see the Robo Bay coming through, the +1 attack coming in as well. So got that Stim coming through, got ourselves a bit more time. I see the extra gates coming about. It's gonna have our +2 attack coming through, the Colossus coming in. There's the medevac gonna gather as you have our order gonna move forward a little bit. So they got across, a few Marines gonna get chased around. Bio gonna fight there with the Stalkers going back the other way. Going to be seeing the Bio going to shoot a couple more Stalkers, going to get hit. Medevac will fall as the orbital take some more shots. Stalker's going to get rid of the medevac. A few Marines going to get jumped on. The Zealot's going to get there as well. Marine Marauder will go down. Marauder gets chased back a little bit. A couple more tank shots coming through. Because of shells, Marauders and Marines continue to come about as we are going to be seeing the Prism diving into the back of this natural. We'll get in alive and we'll begin to unload the Zealots as we look for MaxPax to maybe make a move on to ending this game. A couple of tanks going to get jumped on by Zealots quickly. High ground tanks are nice defensively. I love the target fire on the Stalkers, but the Zealots in the main are going to cause complete chaos here as some of them will get to the tanks on the edges, and that will be that. And that's GG's. MaxPax takes it 2-1, and we are going to have ourselves a victor in that quarterfinal as MaxPax advances to play Shin or Trap in the semi-finals. We'll be heading into Clem versus ByuN up next, guys. That series is ready to go on the other on the top side semi-finals. So, Clem ByuN coming straight up, TVT time. We're in the lobby. I'll just be RB one moment before they get the game started. I'll see you guys in 2 secs. We'll come right back with this match. Welcome back, guys. Just waiting for Clem to ready up, apparently. I'll be kicking off into this series. We are here, set to Ghost, just like I say, waiting for Clem. He might just be tabbed out. I sent him a message. And we should be able to get this going. So, Clem versus ByuN, and then MaxPax versus either Shin or Trap. Means our finals will be non-mirrored at least. That's very exciting. Clem needs a couple of minutes, so we'll give him a moment. And we'll get that back on track. So yeah, Clem versus ByuN coming up, our semi-final number 1 today. We will cast both the semis, guys. Looks like Trap and Shin are going to a game 3. So yeah, Shin and Trap going to game 3. Winner of that plays MaxPax. It's a fun one. MaxPax versus Shin or Trap are both pretty fun series. I guess waiting for Clem. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? Anyone got something fun to tell us? Fun anecdote or story? How's anything fun happen on the weekends? We were just kind of casting StarCraft, so I just kind of knew what my weekend was like already. Your day's been terrible. Thanks for asking. Ugh. God damn, I reminded you. Nothing happened to you today? God. Boring day. Is this on the patch today? No. WardiTV Monday is pretty much the only thing we're doing that's not on the patch at the moment. You changed your dentist appointment? Yeah. I guess you guys had a wild time. This really is the highlight of your day. Amazing. Alright, let's go into Clem versus ByuN TVT time. It is the first semi-final of the WardiTV Mondays 11. And Clem and ByuN. I want to see how good Clem is now that we're back on like this patch, like instead of the PTR. Like I wonder if the PTR really is just a bane in Clem's side, or if his TVT is truly just taking a step backwards across the board. Let's find out as we go into Golden Aura. What a big map for TVT to start us off on as well. In the bottom right corner, our red Terran player is Clem. And in the top left, our blue Terran player is going to be ByuN, the Shopify Rebellion. Clem from Team Liquid. A best of 3 and brewing up right now as we get this started and look to see what ByuN and Clem will give us across the course of these games. Andreas doing good. Watch The Apprentice in your English class today. Wow. Sounds like everyone's having... That's the most exciting thing I've read in chat all day in terms of what we've been up to. Everyone else apparently is just doing nothing. Gas first from ByuN, so a little bit of a different build already as he'll get the faster gas, and obviously that will be very useful. The barracks going down there from Clem, the couple of refineries will come up, so he's going to play double gas. Gas first versus into like a no second gas can be kind of intriguing. Obviously, you kind of have the fast gas, but then you don't have the second gas to really kind of power you through into more aggression. Instead, you'll still be looking for the fast expansion. Oh, both those barracks coming online. The SCVs are coming through. Let's have our Reaper on the way, and the SCV going to go to the corner, going to build up a depot. Get that started here for the moment. So depot on the way out. SCV gonna get ready to build the CC at home. This is one gas from ByuN, so that is expected. There is the command send. It goes straight down. As that orbital comes up on both sides, so we're gonna get the orbital up on both sides of the map. The factory building from Clem before he expands. So ByuN will have the more economic opener. Are ByuN and Clem known for strong mirror matchups? Well, I think Clem is known to really struggle in TVT, but it really felt like it's actually a very interesting storyline. So, Clem's TVT is absolutely the matchup that held him back the most over the past few years. You know, his TVC, top of the world, TVP, definitely struggled at some points, but really figured it out. TVT has been this pain in, the thorn in Clem's side. But he went to Korea before eSports World Cup, and then we never actually saw his TVT at eSports World Cup, but we imagine one of the reasons he went to Korea was to practice his TVT. Coming out of eSports World Cup and some of the online competitions, his TVT looked absolutely god tier. Like, he looked like absolutely phenomenal in Terran versus Terran, and he looked really, really good. Until we come to this PTR, and obviously this is not on the PTR today, but because the majority of what we casted has been on PTR recently, we've seen Clem's TVT become a thorn in his side again, and I don't know if that's because of the reversion to the old Cyclones, or if it's just he had a good stretch of TVT and now he's slumping back down a little bit. So yeah, it's really kind of a fascinating occurrence, this TVT of Clem and the journey that this matchup has been on for him. Very interesting. You at work, friends? Yeah, I'm sure a bunch of people at work, there's not much going on, and just It's usually someone's like, well, this weekend I went and did that, or you know, and apparently this is not the case. Well, we had some downtime. That's okay. Who else is watching StarCraft streams at work? I imagine quite a few people are. Hey, thank you, by the way, Hemrick B, for the 8-month resub on the Prime. Thank you for using your Prime on the channel. Goes a long way. Helps support these WardiTV tournaments. We're not the only people putting money into the WardiTV Mondays, but obviously we also run other WardiTV events. If you would like to support those, you consider supporting the stream today by using your Prime sub or other ways of supporting. It's always appreciated as the medevac. Just going to come across here. So 2 Cyclones from Clem, the Marines, and a Cyclone from ByuN. Who's going to have the better defense? I'm not really convinced by any of the units that ByuN has here defensively. Both players are on their way to a siege tank. We'll go and see what Clem's defense looks like in a moment, but it is seemingly like Clem is going to be the first to really get damage done. A couple of SCVs. People in the corner goes down. We do load up back over here, and we're going to go to the main base, but now there's no units, so you can get rid of a few more SCVs still. The Cyclone did die from ByuN during this. And yeah, ByuN is the one that's just lost so many workers. 2 Cyclones are just so good at being mobile and being able to get damage done. But this has absolutely been a better situation for Clem. 10 SCVs going down. As we drop the auto turret in, the medevac gets pushed back over to the natural. There's a siege tank now as well. And Clem still, you know, so ByuN is going to lose the drop, or the majority of what was in the drop. Clem still has both the Cyclones alive, albeit low HP, so it's going to be tough for them to keep on harassing, but they're both going to be able to get back home if they want to. Repair, go again, or even just be part of the army, or just be used for map control. This was a very free situation from Clem. He even does use them to get rid of the medevac as it comes back across the map. What a play, as Clem is able to take that medevac down. That's a massive play. Love to see that. Medevac Clem comes back into the natural and loads those couple Cyclones. SCVs will get there to repair up these units. May as well repair the medevac Cyclones and get them back on the field. I mean, if you're going to push right now as Clem, which it seems like he might, a couple of Cyclones can do a good job of just, again, adding that little bit of extra damage output in. But even sometimes they can be the sacrificial unit you lead the charge with as well, so you really do get options on those. Obviously, Clem had a much more successful kind of medevac, and so that does potentially open the door for him to attack into this natural and make something happen here. Let's see, as the interference matrices are available, can Clem capitalize? That was a really bad tank shot to eat. He's going to eat another one. Now we're going to get the matrix down on the front. Our tank will go down. A little bit of a shame he dropped the auto turret there. I honestly think if he doesn't need the first tank shot, he definitely doesn't need the auto turret, and then he's got a second matrix to deal with this siege tank. Right now we move forward. We're just going to drop nothing from the Ravens, actually. I do not love this with the Ravens not being active. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're still killing a whole bunch of SCVs, right? The SCVs are dropping extremely quickly as Clem essentially trades army for army and workers. He actually did very well in the army fight too. ByuN did lose everything. I thought the one tank survived, but it didn't. So Clem just convincingly takes game number 1 on Golden Aura. Maybe really, you know what? We talk about new patch as well, but maybe also new maps have a big impact in TVT in terms of your understanding of how you can move around. And if Clem is the kind of player who in TVT needs to sit down and study and figure out how it all works, new maps might throw you off a lot there. You know, you might not understand how to defend that position as well, or how to kind of block that sort of attack path. Maybe those are things that actually come back to hurt Clem as well. So maybe that's also a factor in the TVT, right? Where if he is a studier of the TVT matchup rather than having a good just straight up feel for it, which is very true for some of the other Terrans. Maybe that's the factor as well. That was a point someone made in the Twitch chat. I kind of like it, and I kind of believe it too, to be honest. You've been watching YouTube vids of SCT for a long time, so it's been ages since you watched a mirror matchup. Yeah, it's funny. Mirror matchups just do so badly on YouTube. Even if you have like a really cool mirror matchup, it's just not worth uploading. I mean, currently we're in a bit of an issue where we actually have too many good matches to put on YouTube. Our YouTube uploads are just like, while also trying to like, you know, spread out the different players and stuff and like put different people on the YouTube. I'm about 2 weeks behind the live content with the YouTube uploads. There or thereabouts, but it is genuinely a little bit of an issue where, you know, we already have like a lot of good games to upload, so there's just very, very rarely a time we upload a mirror matchup. Usually I upload a mirror matchup where it's like, oh, I'm really struggling for content, but this was a cool mirror match. And it doesn't really matter how cool it is, it always does terribly. Even sterile mirror matchups don't pull the viewers in on the YouTube. It's just funny how people don't click on them. That's all it is as well. It's not that they're bad matchups. It's not that people don't enjoy them when they watch them. It's just less people click on them. Clem in the top right and ByuN in the bottom left as we enter a game number 2. And yeah, a little bit of a funky play from Clem with the SCV going to the bottom side. Looks like he might try and proxy something here. Might be part of this plan. Couple of racks on the way, the refinery as well. And there is going to be the racks that gets put down over here. So Clem has always been something of a fan of the 2 racks opening with 1 racks at home, 1 racks proxied. I think Clem's very happy with it because it gives him a good chance to apply pressure and move into like a bio-centric game. It's the sort of style that allows Clem to play into a mid game that's beneficial to him rather than some of these heavy attack TVTs. How many views do you think I get for Sterile Clem PvP? I honestly think it would do terribly. People just don't click these things. Not on my YouTube. Maybe on other YouTubes, but on mine, absolutely not. So Rexter, how you doing, mate? Thank you so much for the 11-month resub. Welcome back. Appreciate the resub. Hope you're doing fantastic. Thank you for supporting as our command center comes into play. The factory is starting from ByuN. Reaper will be popping in just a few moments. Obviously, have a couple of Reapers can come in and cause some trouble and some chaos here. Let's see what they can do as first Reaper takes some shots. SCV's taking damage. Reaper takes a few more hits as well. SCV's get a few more shots, and we do end up backing away with the Reapers right there. Reapers move up, now going to go after the SCV. Just going to get the Reaper and the other couple of Marines there from ByuN to push that back again. Doing a decent job of this so far. We dive back up. Obviously, 4 Reapers can do very well, but you need to take the right fights. We're going to lose 2 Reapers here. Tries for the Hellion. He has healthy Reapers at the moment. He's going to stay in the main. Can he get the Hellion? I mean, that would be a mistake, I think, from ByuN if the Hellion was to die, and he kind of does bring it back into the fight unnecessarily. Reapers go down. I mean, essentially just a unit trade in the end as Clem will have to float that 1 barracks back home eventually. He's just finished up another Reaper on it. As though now he's still building Reapers. Man, Clem is still sending this. He's going to go Reaper Cyclone and keep on going. That's wild. Oh, just gonna be actually grabbing ourselves another Hellion that was on the map there, huh? So second Hellion goes down. So obviously less units available as we are in the medevac. Cyclone drops off, gets a lock on. Clem is going to return a lock on onto that Cyclone and actually gets the better HP out the back of it. Reaper's going to hop into the main base. Always a threat when you still have a few of those alive, and going to get straight through for some SCVs. They are going to find some value. The Cyclone shows up. The grenade doesn't do much as we'll drop another grenade or so down. 4 workers killed. Can we make it 5? Potential was there, but the target fire was not. So just 4 SCVs killed by this. So obviously escape away. You got to respect this. You got to go clean it up as ByuN, which does delay the attack across the map. Gives Clem a little bit more time to prepare. Pull back over. The Interference Matrix and Raven production has begun. I'm also on his way to the Raven and the interference matrix, so we will ready that. And the siege tank is coming up on the side of Clem as well. So you get those tank numbers increasing. Some of the unit count, Clem has a couple of cyclones where ByuN does not, and outside of that, I mean, pretty even, right? ByuN is a little ahead on the Raven timing, so he's going to be up a Raven throughout this. Could potentially go to 2. Could potentially go to 3 while Clem would be on 2. I mean, because Clem's later to the Raven, he might have to just cut at 2 Ravens instead of going to 3, because you can't just build Ravens forever. You need to actually get the starport onto the reactor and start producing some medevacs as well. That's also an important factor. It takes a bunch more shots as now the Cyclones drop back down. Marines will try and fight that, but we actually get rid of the medevac. Oh, beautiful micro from Clem. Love it. Beautiful micro from Clem. Great pickup on the low HP Cyclone as well. Nice. That was a great one. Damn. Well, third base lands into location here, so we're going to have that already set up from Clem, who is going to take the supply lead right now. A few workers ahead and also an army ahead. So rocket damage, I think, is definitely caught up to ByuN in the end of the day. So Clem able to get enough out of that to make this a little bit of a lead as he pushes across the map and looks to take a chance to attack into this natural in these next few moments. Will step up. The orbital command has to lift up and get back. Marines are going to continue along to the side. A couple of tanks will begin to siege. Good matrix and that tank gets blasted. Now let's try and step forward again. Another interference matrix is good onto the siege tank. The auto turret will go down. A bunch of tanks getting matrix in return. A little interesting because Clem's tanks will stay matrix for a little bit longer because his matrix went down first, but as they get freed up here, what can they do? He loses a couple of the tanks. That makes this a defense from ByuN. Yeah, that triple tank line goes down. It's always funny. The player that gets matrix second is actually usually in such a worse position, unless they can take advantage of the time in which the matrix is on, which is not always a guarantee. At this point, I don't think Clem has much left really in him on this attack. He's going to try and hold a position, though. He's going to try and keep it going there. Hints from ByuN coming across from the natural. The medevacs loading up a few more Marines. We pull back toward the upper right-hand side. +1 armor, about to finish up from Clem. 2 upgrades on the way from ByuN. The combat shield is on the way up. There's a faster combat shield from Clem, but look at the armory, only just starting now, so his 2-2 is going to be way behind, and that's going to be an advantage that ByuN can maybe hammer in on, maybe get something done. He is behind an army supply, but maybe he can maybe turn back a little bit. Yeah, big drop here from ByuN. Clem's in the main base, so always prefer the player who's in a main base versus the player who's in the natural, as Clem does get good matrices down to push this back as well, so should be able to do well over here straight away. Like I say, he was in the main base. He's actually got to give up the position in the main. We'll drop to the third instead. And lost about 6 SCVs so far. He's going to lose a couple more as they turn to repair the command center. 8 SCVs lost. Clem still maintaining about a 20 army supply lead. As he goes in the main, he can drop on top of the siege tanks here. Looks as though that will be the plan. Obviously, friendly fire from the tanks will hurt. Now just needs to get to the other siege tank, which we're just going to jump across to, but there's quite a lot of Marines there. Do not hate the idea of boosting away into the corner. Clem's going to take this as an opportunity to break the third. ByuN has only 2 tanks in the game. One of them we know is up in the main base. I don't know where the other one is. As ByuN's drop comes back in, and actually Clem loses a lot of SCVs here. But he's already pushed away the third base, and he's still pushing into the natural as well. There's that other siege tank of ByuN. It gets annihilated, and that means there's no defense for the natural either. So while ByuN is doing okay, Clem has got the numbers to 100% win out this base trade. He's got the tank support still in place, And we mentioned the 2-2 upgrades maybe being something that ByuN can capitalize on. He's never going to get to a point in this game where that can indeed be capitalized on, unfortunately, as the game will end long before it. Clem 2, ByuN 0. Clem marches into the the grand finals today, and it will be TVP that he plays in that final, as our second semi-final is also a mirrored matchup. PvP between MaxPax and Trap. Alright, so we're going to get MaxPax and Trap underway here, guys. I just got some bad news about a player for the WardiTV November. Zergs, why do you not want to exist? Ah. Ay, ay, ay. So MaxPax versus Trap coming up for semi-final. I'll get this ready to go in just a few moments. Not sure where Trap is. Not sure where Trap is, yeah. Alright guys, I'm gonna figure out where Trap is at, get this series going, and we'll get into... Oh, Trap is here, sorry, he's got his name as Genji Trap. I'm just gonna take a moment to the break screen, we'll come back in a few moments. And when we come back, it is gonna be Trap and MaxPax PvP best of 3. I'll see you guys in a moment. Counting down into this game, number 1 of the second semi-final. MaxPax versus Trap coming through. In the top left-hand corner, our blue Protoss player from Storm. This is going to be MaxPax. He takes on the player he lost to in the finals last week of this event. This is going to be Trap. You guys think MaxPax will get revenge? I kind of think MaxPax will get revenge, to be honest. Trap winning last week was pretty sick, though. Not easy to win a best of 5 against MaxPax. What's the least played race on EU and lower leagues? Not Terran. Terran's usually very popular in the lower leagues because it's the most natural one to start playing with. Purple nibble, push back a little. Cybercore's coming online. I was going to see the probe coming back the other direction, and obviously a Stargate from both players. Unsurprising, this is the way you play out these PvPs. With the ramp on the natural, so 1-gate Stargate, and we likely see Phoenix versus Phoenix coming through. It's very likely going to be how this goes. That's not good for Trap. Delaying the Phoenix a little bit. Gets it going now, but every moment that Phoenix was delayed is obviously a potentially scary moment. You gotta keep that moving, right? So gotta be a little bit careful on that one. Probe chasing and nibbling. As a Phoenix move up, they are going to lift up one of those probes. So one probe harass, but that's about it. Is this like the trap? Yes, this is the trap. Phoenix trying to get the Adept, they will get it. Gotta be so careful in these Phoenix wars, it can go so wrong so quickly. Damage gets spread onto the wrong Phoenix. Trap takes 2 for 2. It's honestly not bad considering the situation. I thought it was going to be worse. I thought it was going to be a lot worse, but yeah, Trap is able to recover there. Gemini, now you're here. Can you please teach Trap how to wall on the new maps? He keeps walling off the Reaper spots that aren't Reaper spots. He needs a guide. Yeah, he did it again. He did it like whenever we cast a trap the other day. Alima League, maybe? I think he did it. Was it Ultra Love? I think he did it on Ultra Love this time. Yeah, he did it on a different map though. It was definitely different to the first time he did it. Because we talked about it. Phoenix versus Phoenix, but look at this, no Phoenix in production for a second half from Trap. You gotta keep those Phoenix pumping. MaxPax is already one Phoenix ahead. Oh. We managed to get that Phoenix. Now 3 Phoenix lost on either side. He's got a little lift. He's actually having a fight here, breaking out. Headed back and forth, breaking through. Gonna turn back around on this. Well, damage will start to be done. How many Phoenix have we lost? 7 to 6. Trap actually takes a better Phoenix fight than MaxPax. That's a rarity. That does not happen every day. Guy on the front gonna get whacked away by this Zealot. And Trap has successfully pushed MaxPax back. Supply blocked in a later fleet beacon though definitely doesn't bode well to continue the Phoenix on Phoenix wars. In a matchup where mirrored, this is probably the most important mirror match in terms of staying mirrored with your opponent. Slight advantages can run away so much, and I just feel like MaxPax has had a lot more of those slight advantages so far. Trap has to be careful. Those Phoenix wars getting a little dangerous again. It's 13 to 10, man. And also MaxPax has the Phoenix range. This game just ended, actually. Little things, they add up in a very big way in Phoenix versus Phoenix. This is such a volatile mirror matchup, you can't make let things like that happen. Yeah. Little things go a long way. In the PvP. Alright guys, now that we lost one of our Zergs, now I really need to figure out who to invite to this tournament. Ay, ay, ay. Never lucky. Zerg replies, yeah, I can play. Can I play this day? And they're like, hey, I can't play. Ah! God damn it. Hey, Clem plays Zerg, yeah. I don't even care if it's a Zerg at this point. At this point, I actually need to just find some players. You know? At this point, we just need some extra players. Is it cold? Yeah, it's really cold in the UK today. Not really that cold in the house anymore. The heating's on. I just haven't de-hoodied just yet, you know? Up game in the top right hand side, our Blue Pros player is MaxPax. In the bottom left, our Red Protoss is Trap. There's a very good League player named Reno who sometimes plays Zerg. Yeah, I actually asked Reno. Reno said, I would rather fly to Korea and play League of Legends than play any StarCraft 2. And he went to Korea. Something like that. That was the story. Can't believe two of the best toss in the world go Phoenix versus Phoenix. It's because that's how the build plays. The problem is in the setup, when you go one gate expand versus one gate expand, is if one guy goes Phoenix and you don't, you're in a big problem. So you're forced into playing it. Or you play at a disadvantage. That's why it's such a prevalent way of playing. Cross needs Widow Mines. I wonder how much better PvP would be if you made some way to make Phoenix worse just in PvP. Like I say, it's difficult because the build just naturally leads you to go Phoenix. And if you don't do it, like I say, you're not really safe in other ways. Have a depth shoot up. Less damage against shields. You think that would make Phoenix significantly worse? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Not something you really need to do. Just be interesting, right? Because I do think a lot of people would agree. Phoenix is some of the least interesting from our point of view PvP. Trap in this game is going to get himself the forward gateway. MaxPax is building a Void Ray. Defensively, getting that ready to go. And we'll see how this turns out. Not sure this is going to be great for Trap. MaxPax is doing these builds because he's very confident in his defense when people get aggressive against him. So, I mean, let's see if Trap can maybe make it happen. Maybe find a way to break through and have an impact on this one. Stalkers continue to come about. So you can drop the stasis ward down here. It's going to catch a couple of those probes, and the Oracle peels back away up the left-hand side. Void Ray is about to finish up. The gateway and probe still in production. Stalkers is going to get rid of a couple more shots, and you're not going to be seeing the Void Ray obviously already activating one time to help, and there's the other Void Ray activating too. We get a Stalker kill. That bodes very well for MaxPax here. Is this where I get my name from Stasis Wards? Yes. Yeah. It took until 2015 to figure out what I was named after, but once the Oracle became a thing, it just made so much sense, you know. Can Trap make this work? All gateways of pressure. Hitting at the front. Attempting to find some damage as we're up to 3 Void Rays now. A Stasis Ward does get popped by a single probe. That is nice. That's the correct approach to Trap as Voids are going to activate. They get another Stalker. Every Stalker is such a big win. Void Ray staying alive is a big deal. Next is taking some shots, but it's far from being killed. Oracle of MaxPax doesn't do too much, but it's keeping a couple units on the other side. Good force field. Allows him to get another Stalker because of that force field as well. Guardian Shield trying to help out for Trap, but well, let's see. Super Battery's going to pop right here because Trap is committing. Doesn't get any of the Void Rays. Going to lose so many of the Stalkers. He runs into the corner. Super Battery keeps that Void Ray alive for an extra volley. That goes a long way. And yeah, we do lose a couple of the Voids, but 2 Voids still alive and so many Stalkers going down. Feels as though basically, as Trap, you are kind of just taking backward steps, right? This is just where we were 2 minutes ago when there was less Forgers and less Stalkers in the field. This hasn't progressed your position at all. You're not overwhelming. So far, you're struggling to get the win. Stasis catches. It's going to be seeing. I mean, this Nexus just about lived in the end as well. Fortress activate one more time. You see our army of MaxPax feeling more comfortable to push further out. Looking better and better. As the Void Rays continue to come around. Just gonna see the battery trying to set up as well. MaxPax will defend, hold, and that will be that. GG's, MaxPax gets the 2-0 over Trap. Good defense once again, as usual. And we're back to the MaxPax Clem Grand Finals, guys. No, we had a week without it. It was a little weird. It was a little different, you know. But we're back again this time. Back again this time, yeah. 2 weeks ago we had Clem beating MaxPax. 3 weeks ago, MaxPax beat Clem. And today we're going to get to it once more. So, I guess we're going to go to EU, get onto that European server and play out our final best of 5 here. As MaxPax and Clem play the WardiTV Monday Grand Finals coming through in just a few moments. I got this ready to rumble. So hop in servers. We'll be ready to go very shortly, guys. StarCraft continuing. MaxPax Clem part 839. What edition is this of MaxPax versus Clem, though, actually? I have you guys know this is actually the only the 176th time they've played in an official series. What is crazy is it's when you scroll down the Ligulac page and it says finals, 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 upper bracket final, finals, round of 12, round of 4, finals, 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 round of 4, finals, 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 round of 4, finals, finals, finals. Like, it's just the fact they play in the finals so much that's really funny as well. Obviously, I get it, like, they're both good seeds and stuff, so it makes sense they meet in the finals, but man, like, almost like finals are nothing with these guys. Crazy. Crazy. Where is Dark? Dark was signed up, but he didn't actually check in. I'm sorry, I forgot I put him in the YouTube title. Yeah, he was signed up to the cup originally, but he just didn't check in. So I had him in the title as a name beta, and then I actually just forgot, and I forgot to change it when he didn't check in because I got busy at the start. So I apologize for that. You refuse to believe we're not just stuck in a MaxPax Clem loop. What's the overall win-loss ratio? Clem won like 66% of the series, I think. Something like that. You guys are really gonna make me bring this back up? God, now I'm gonna have to go to my history. Clem is 111 to 62. Which is 64.16% of the wins. Is it impossible for a series like Shin versus Classic or Gumiho versus Studs? Well, if they don't ever make it far. I mean, we had Shin just lost to Trap earlier. Classic lost to Clem. 1-2 series. Nice to see Classic take a map of Clem. That's neat. That's cool. Bum ba da bum ba da bum ba bum ba bum. Do, do, do. And so when each player had to play each race would be cool. It would be kind of cool, yeah. See, my problem with these events is that whenever we do something that isn't just straight up normal, like, I always, like, this is gonna sound crazy, but like, when I used to, you know, run events, I used to try and be a lot more creative and like think of like cool ideas and cool ways to kind of make events different and stuff. And every time we made an event different, it just got less viewership, less interest. You know, off-race tournament, nobody cared. You know, team leagues, actually team leagues did okay. But like, just generally speaking, like anything that isn't just like, this guy versus this guy, like it just does, like that stuff just works the best. Which is why we continue to do the same tournament formats all the time here, and we don't mix it up too much because that just creates the best viewership, and viewership means money, and money means that we can run more tournaments. It's just very hard to get a return of investment on something that less people are interested in, right? So, unfortunately, as much as I would love to do more interesting things, the majority of times that we do them, it's just not worth it. Yeah. Just had to watch 6 ads to realize you weren't subbed. 2v2 off-race, let's go. Yeah, I actually, we will have a 2v2 event at some point. If not this month, the start of December, we have got someone that sponsored that. But, again, it's a case of, like, if people want to sponsor, like, the different things, I don't mind doing them. It's just very hard to put my own money into those different projects because they just don't do as well. You know, we're constantly looking to try and maximize the StarCraft we can put out, so... Yeah. When we're gonna get an update on ESL? We don't know. If they could tell you, they probably would have told you. I don't think they're withholding information just to be annoying. I think there's probably a problem that is causing them to withhold information because they don't have the information. It's not broken, don't fix it. Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. Some people will say it's boring, but I say to them, well, where is the viewership when we do other things? It is kind of baffling, though, to be honest. I am tempted with WTL ending to run finally the final edition of the WardiTV Team League. You guys won't remember this tournament because it's from like the last time we ran a tournament, Season 9, was in 2020. That was won by Team Liquid in the Grand Finals. That was before, to put it in perspective, the last time we ran the WardiTV Team League, Tasia won the final matchup. Clem was not even on Team Liquid. You know? Like, this is how far along it's been. It's been 4.5 years since the WardiTV Team League. I always wanted to do WardiTV Team League 10. I really felt like WardiTV Team League 10 would be like a really good season to do it. I just really thought that was going to be something. And then China Team Championship came around, and obviously that became the Gold Series Team Championship, which became the World Team League. And so it never really made sense to do a team tournament, but like, I kind of want to do one final season of the WardiTV Team League, just so we can end on number 10. You know? just so we can get to that final number, you know? And looking back on the Team League is very fun. Good memories. Some of it was an absolute mess. I look back and some matchups haven't been played. Some teams got DQ'd. But, you know, that was the fun of the Team League back then. Clem wasn't even alive in 2020. Okay, it wasn't that long ago. 2020 wasn't that long ago, okay? But, yeah. Alright. Bottom right-hand side, our Red Protoss player in this grand final. Best of 5 here, WardiTV, Monday 11. This is going to be MaxPax. As we have in the top left, the Blue Terran from Team Liquid. It's Clem. Clem was signed to Team Liquid during the Team League. You know what? That actually is probably true, because Harston was in that tournament, and actually Harston and Clem joined at the same time, right? Maybe Clem did play for Liquid. Here in some of the, and it's so rare for Liquipedia to not have the information. Huh. And I love that, like, the group stages were played in, like, December, and then we didn't play the playoffs until, like, May. That's such a classic WardiTV Team League thing as well. Such a classic. Just completely get, like, caught up because other events happen, and then no one can get 3 players online at the same time to play a Team League match. Why is my FPS low? It's just because I'm tabbed out to look at the Liquipedia page. Weak PC. No, it's because when you tap out of StarCraft 2, StarCraft 2 has a maximum FPS it will run when it's not the focus screen. And you can't actually fix that. You can't actually change it, so you tab out and the frames disappear. It's something they changed in like 2017 and it affects absolutely nobody apart from me. That's literally the only, me and like the other 25 StarCraft 2 streamers or casters that would sometimes tab out and not actually, you know, and still need the game to run smoothly, you know. Yeah, it's actually a StarCraft 2 optimization. They patched it. I asked them about it, and they said, "Oh yeah, we added that as an optimization." And I was like, "Okay, but can I turn it off?" And they were like, "No, we didn't think anyone would ever want to turn that off." So I'm sitting here like, how I can't tab out the game anymore, you know? Yeah. Reaper gonna fire some shots as the Zealot is gonna try and hide in the line of sight blocker. Good grenade. As the Reaper now hides in the line of sight blocker for a little back and forth. Take a few moments here on Oceanborn, opening map of this grand final. Actually gonna see the Adept does get the Reaper, but the bunker is already in place. A couple of Marines hop back into said bunker, and that should be safe for the moment. Adepts will move up. I'm just gonna be seeing the reactor coming in. Seeing the Adept's going to try and fight. The Hellion's going to come through. The Marines will fire onto the Zealot and a couple of Adepts there. I mean, they can run by, but shouldn't really be able to get too many more kills here, especially with the Hellion around. Decent micro. We lose one Marine. Actually going to lose the other Marine as well, which means you don't have anything in the bunker for a moment, but as one more SCV goes down, it's just going to be one Adept left. The Hellion will chase for a little bit. The Marines are trying to get back in the front. A little bit messy, but we're going to get the job done in the end. Getting there at the end of it. Seems like spam. Gonna time that out. As we have our Adept coming over. Is Serral going to Home Story Cup? I've got no idea. You should check the Home Story Cup playlist. I don't know if they've announced Serral yet. You know what? I'm such a nice guy. I'll do it for you. I will check for you. Hellion Oh, gets the shot off. Nicely done. So far, the playlist for Home Story Cup is Nightmare DNS for Jumi, Hearthstone, Mana, Showtime, Skillets, Clem, Battlebee, Gumiho, Hero Marine, Elazar, Moja, Spirit, Eleza, Fiant, Lambo, Mixu, and Raynor. So they've announced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 of the 20. How many players in Home Story Cup? 24? Yeah. Yeah, so there's like 5 more players to be announced, basically. I think we all know who those 5 are going to be. MaxPax, Rotterdam, Idra, Hook. I'll leave the last one as a surprise. Might be me. Can't wait to see what my group is. Hellion gets that. Probe goes down. We are going to be seeing this Hellion just being a little annoying on the other side. Couple probes dead as we have harassing the main base as well. The auto turret going off and succeeding in the early moments. So able to do pretty well on that one for a couple of moments. Oh, we do have some Stalkers back on the other side. Again, just a few probes going down. We do have a Colossus on the way. The extended thermal lance is coming out as well. I'm going to off-race to make it fair. You kidding me? No, I want the money. I'm going to take the money off of all the players so that then they have to play in my tournament to earn the money themselves. Obviously. Look, it's about maximizing the content, you know? They can have the money, they just have to play another tournament for it. Medevac and Marine's actually going to unload over on this right side, and these Stalkers could get a little bit caught here. But you have nothing on the left, so I guess not going to be that much of a catch. Stalkers blink down and away. And it doesn't look as though we're going to be able to hunt too much for the moment. Now we'll continue to build. You do have the couple of Colossus are going to step forward, and they're going to try and create a bit of protection already against this army of Clem, which is going to take a chance and stim forward, try to dive the Colossus, gets rid of the first one. Sentry goes down there, relifts the tank that was there too, and Clem punishing MaxPax for trying to step forward. Continues to try and chase in. +1 attack and extended thermal lance coming out. The few Zealots picked away at as well. We continue to kite backwards. A few more Zealots going down. Stalker's getting jumped on. Tank continues to fire. Colossus will be taking a few more shots. Back around the left-hand side, the Stalker's going to blink away. Clem definitely imposing his will in this game in the early stages. SCV, ByuN going to dive in again. Looking for that Colossus, not quite going to get it. This could be where MaxPax can turn it around. Tank will not do much as it goes down before it is sieged, and that is going to be better defense from MaxPax now. Units from the other side, though, are going to catch the Colossus. A couple Zealots across the map doing damage as well. MaxPax will blink forward, chasing the Medevacs down, and Clem will get cleaned up. And Clem will clean up himself. Both plus sides of this will chill. Stalkers get back toward the upper left side. We do have +2 attack, and the Colossus coming in, the Forge and the Battery coming online. There's a couple Medevacs going to come through. Stalker step up. That is going to be one Widowmine going down. Love the micro. Gonna get Widowmine and 2 Marauders. We lose 1 Stalker as the shots come the other way. So that 1 Stalker goes down, but the rest gets out. Fire comes in, the Stalkers continue to get chased, so we'll obviously see MaxPax having to step back, but the game slows down, which I think MaxPax needed. He needed this game to settle a little bit, otherwise this could have gotten a little bit out of hand, perhaps. Couple more shots, Stalkers taking hits, again Prism +2 attack, all continuing up. The MP coming down. MaxPax being the aggressor now, feeling as though he's been able to build up enough army to make something happen. Stalkers will get the Ghost, which is a nice catch. Any Ghost you get rid of is an expensive loss for the Terrans, so that's going to be a big catch there, big cleanup. Well, Zealots to the top side. Missile turret will take some damage. Yeah, series still coming about. A couple of Ghosts gonna get jumped on. And Clem using a big stim to just force those Stalkers back ASAP. Zealots just gonna try and get the bunker, as we do have the Viking gonna chase the Prism all the way out to the far left-hand side. Just gonna run that over to the sides. Bio chasing, gonna find a few more Stalkers. And the Prism's down, so that's going to be the end of the harassment from MaxPax for the moment, at least. Again, 2 upgrades, a building from Clem, so we'll get going there. He's playing catch-up on upgrades a little bit right now. Trying to fight in the center. Colossus will be taking some shots. The Zealot Stalker trying to get through. Actually, we'll be able to chase back. Clem's running out of ByuNs. Doesn't seem as though he really has enough beef to kind of chew through the Zealots. Not quickly, anyways. MaxPax bringing the Colossus back, keeping them safe as they got low. I kind of like that. Just realizing he's not going to continue the fight. Just being like, okay, let's keep my important units alive and let's keep them, you know, going for the next stage of this. Fire steps forward again. The Stalkers step back once more. Again, that +2 armor upgrade coming in from Clem in a few moments. We'll start his +3 attack. That is an advantage that we're about to have on the side of MaxPax once more, though that +3 attack being done. Fire steps through. Seeing the Stalkers hitting, the Viking going down. The Prism speed is on the way up. Another option for MaxPax, obviously, later in this game. Clem's starting to split his army, hits the right side, knocks a base down there. There is that Prism into the main base right now. Viking on it quickly, but it's going to get the warping off. Clem's going to lose the army on the left side. Just maybe time to just try and recover what we can. The Vikings fly forward very late here. A lot of these Colossus are low. I would not be surprised if some of them did fall, but at the same time, we're losing a lot in the main base. Clem still has the army in the bottom right of MaxPax's base, is now running into the natural, so Clem is going to win the fight over there and continue to do very well. Drops the EMP to get rid of the Dark Templar. Now he has to lift up and back away from those Zealots. Clem overall has definitely hurt. Look at the supply from MaxPax, and look at the money he has remaining as well. MaxPax really survived a little bit of a treacherous early game here, and since surviving that early game has absolutely started to take this in a very good direction for himself. Stalker's going to come around. The orbital will take some damage. Going to see the ghost. Gets picked off as well. The ByuN's still going to try and get there. A couple Stalkers getting chased. Clem's supply still hurting, about 30 behind at the moment as the Stalkers blink for a little pick off as well. Any more that they can get, the better it's going to be. 7 DTs currently being made. So 7 Dark Templar coming into play as well. Vikings come down this ramp. The EMPs continue to go off. Couple Colossus already falling. Fire of Clem gets back over that left side. DTs still gathered together. DTs will gather up. We step forward here. The Bio Force coming through. The Vikings going to shoot. The Colossus will be taking some damage. DTs are going to jump onto the Planetary Fortress, and that will go down. I'm just going to see the Zeld and the other DT getting chased away as well. The DTs continue to get into action here. To clean up and push back on the side of Clem, at least on the main army, but obviously the DTs are doing serious work. 23 SCVs killed, and MaxPax puts himself into an absolutely killer position. Looking very good for him. Fire gets a pylon, going to go into the Nexus. Just going to be seeing the Zealot Stalker going after the Planetary now. As we'll see the Nexus going down as well, so we're just going to get rid of that. I mean, we turn into something of a base trade, maybe one of the better choices for Clem, given the situation, which is just overall not good for him. I mean, the DTs come through, they pick off the missile turret, the orbital commands flying up in the skies. Just the Bioforce pulling back. Home for the moment. Come back through and get that DT. 17 minutes in Oceanborn is definitely starting to stretch out into MaxPax's favor, which is more so and more so. He's mining more, he's got more money, he's got more army. Got a slightly worse upgrade, no +3 armor, I guess. As Clem steps forward here, 20 army supply down, try and take a fight. Hits a decent EMP to start us off. Vikings will get rid of the Colossus pretty quickly. Clem, honestly, not a bad fight for him in terms of getting rid of some of the tech units, but as Zealots just reinforce this, it's going to be so difficult to really knock this back and shut this down. DTs on the other side are still causing issues as well, as Clem does bring MaxPax's army supply down kind of with his own, so that's a big step in the right direction. I don't know if he thought that was the Disruptor that was firing at him. Either way, I think it's not going to matter too much. The Disruptor shot was good to help out in the cleanup. The MaxPax is going to be good for game number 1 on Oceanborn. MaxPax gets the 1-0 lead in this best of 5. So MaxPax takes the first strike in the grand finals. Head into a game 2 here in just a couple of moments. Alcyone going to be our second map, so we go straight into Alcyone here, game number 2 of this WardiTV Monday 11. Countdown is good. We go to Alcyone again. Number 2 of this series gets going right here and now. Get this kicked off. Top right-hand corner, upper game is going to be our red Protoss. This is going to be MaxPax. And in the bottom left is going to be our blue Terran player. This is Clem. So Clem is down a game. Did seem to have a good bit of momentum at the start of that last one, but just got pushed back a couple of times too many, and then ended up struggling from then on. Prober's going to come nibbling up. The SCV will take some shots, but we'll have time to finish the barracks. And we can turn onto the probe and deal with that little bit of harass here. Gets the CC down without too much issue as well. We'll head back home. There's that Reaper patrolling out the front, by the way. Just out over on the front of this, moving around a little bit. Can be seeing the Adept shaded through. Thing coming up, Warpgate coming in. Ourselves the Hellion hanging around. Gonna see the Adept Shade back out into the center. Again, Robo Facility. Gateway is still producing through. The Medevac and Marines coming up as well. Motor Mines load up and move away. We got some SCVs and some Marines continuing through as well. We got the Marines there. The Adept Shade's back over to the other side. It's going to go down also. Let's see what our Mind Drop can do. Comes across here. Well, that's an interesting one because you got 4 probes. But I feel like Clem usually wants more than that out of the Mind Drop. Simply for the fact that usually he gets to save 1, you get to force some more lost mining time because 1 was saved, for example. Cloaking coming up for the Banshee as Clem moves into a bit of a higher tech tree to harass early on in this game. And MaxPax is already busy with the Stalkers though, and look at him go. Great micro, blinks out of there. 3 SCVs go down so far. Hey Camex, thank you so much for the 53-month resub on the Prime. Good to see you as always. Thank you for continued support. Coming up to 5 years. Amazing. Thank you so much. I mean, the SCVs have to keep on pulling to deal with these Stalkers. It's not a great sign. Banshee has some good damage output, and the tank is going to help a lot as well. But even the Banshee having to play defense isn't great. Fortunately, we do have across the map, this Banshee got 4 probes. Some damage done from Clem in a much-needed situation. He needs to get something out of this. And he does at least get something out of it for now. Now loses this Banshee, though. This finals is definitely not really going Clem's way so far. I think this game, too, is definitely heading towards... Definitely heading towards MaxPax's favor. I mean, this is not done yet, just I like the way his harassment has been going so far. Oh, battery is going to drop down as we settle in. Now we see MaxPax fully commit in the natural a little bit further, and yeah, Clem's not going to have enough. Damn. Maybe this is too much. Maybe he was actually just straight up winning the game. I thought it would go on a bit longer, but MaxPax finds the blink and gets the kill. MaxPax takes a 2-0 lead in brutal fashion so far in this best of 5. Just like that, we're on match point, guys. 1 map more, and this could all be over. Kind of hoping it's not going to all be over in 1 more map, but that may be the case as we go to Amphion for game 3. Deep, boopity bop. Alright, let's get going. GLHF gets called. As we have in the bottom left corner of the map, our red Protoss is going to be MaxPax on a 2-0 lead and a map away from winning today's WardiTV Mondays. 176th meeting between MaxPax and Clem. Clem currently trails 2-0. Helen, I don't know why you bait yourself all of the time. You know, if you just don't say anything, it'd probably be fine. But then you say it out loud, and then there's a full reverse sweep and everything. MaxPax is going to drop a proxy gate down though, so we will see some aggression here from Max early. What's up? Thanks very much for the donation. Sorry, let me get my dashboard open. Give me a moment. Give me another moment. Izzy 007 with the £7 says thanks for all the great SE2 content. Thank you so much for the donation, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the stream and the content. We will keep it going, keep it coming. Alright, well, MaxPax. 1 forward gateway. Now into a Cybercore back at home. The Zelda's coming through. And Clem doesn't know about it either, so MaxPax with his OG build is going to come in. That's a single Marine as well, by the way. Oh, this is rough. He's going to have to... I mean, at the very least, this is a cancelled command center. Not looking ideal, is it? Two Zeldas get here. A single Marine pulls up. Obviously, reaction now done, so you can get 2 Marines at a time. CC, like I say, has to cancel. MaxPax already well on the way to his own expansion, so I think he's pretty happy with this. Yeah, you have to build some Zeldas and so on, but your own expansion takes a big lead. You're going to control the low ground of the Terran for a little while as well. Definitely going to throw that build off a bit. The Stalker right now, you can try and get even more damage done. Try and get some of these units. The Stalker takes a few more shots. That will be a kill on the Marine, though. The Zealot's obviously super tanky in this stage of the game. Especially as the Marines get low and they get taken down. There's not enough DPS to really push the Zealots away from the depots. Well, we're going to have two Stalkers now to try and apply the similar effect. A couple Marines will continue to take hits, trying to make sure that Stalker does not die, but we continue to get shots off. Cyclone spawns. Cyclone will be the defense needed here. As Clem loses the depot, though. And actually, oh, Cyclone's going to die. This might just be GG right here and now. This is, I mean, that was a rough moment, losing the Cyclone. Obviously takes away so much of the further power of this. We have our Twilight Council building through, a couple more probes coming up. Stalker's going to step into the natural. The Adept continues to come across also. Have the Adept tanking 5 Stalkers. Oh, nice. We're actually going to have the, I was going to say, Cyclone lock-on remaining, but the Stalkers took a step in, hit the Cyclone, forced it to lift up. That broke the lock-on. That's a good micro from Clem there. Saves the Cyclone 1 or 2 more times. And that goes down. Lifted the Cyclone. You assumed the shot was going to go on the Cyclone, but yeah, Clem is going to type out G. This got way out of hand, and the 3-0 is completed. MaxPax takes the W. Well, that was a convincing sweep from MaxPax, honestly. The start of Oceanborn looked kind of dangerous for him, and then just bam, bam, bam. He had the momentum and the game plans over Clem today. GG's, Clem gets 3-0'd. Yes, guys, that is what just happened. MaxPax, once again, a champion of the WardiTV Mondays. That is his 3rd WardiTV Monday Championship, catching Clem up as Clem has 5. MaxPax has... By the way, MaxPax has 3 wins and 6 second places. That's 9 finals in 11 events. That's a ridiculous statistic, by the way. Like, that's actually crazy. That is actually pretty crazy. Alrighty, guys, that's it for us today. We have got a hella cool group for you guys tomorrow in the WardiTV November. I think this group is awesome. We don't usually get groups like as stacked as this, so tomorrow in the WardiTV November, make sure you tune in because you will get to watch some of this. Classic, Trap, ByuN, Oliveira, and Stola. There is not a single best of 3 in that group of 5 that is going to be uninteresting, boring, or not important. Like every single one of those best 3s is going to be fantastic. So look forward to that in Group B of the WardiTV November tomorrow. That will be live in 20 hours. Yes, that is on the PTR. Actually, 20 and a half hours. We actually finished today's WardiTV Mondays real fast. So yeah, Classic Trap, ByuN Oliveira, Sola. 5 amazing players. Only 3 of them can advance to the playoffs, as we will start 3 days in a row of WardiTV November action with that tomorrow. When am I announcing the rest of the groups? When Zerg stopped cancelling on me. Yeah, I mean, the rest of the groups are kind of set. Just not... I'm missing players, so Group C... It might change based on what the other final players say, but like Group C at the moment is Gumiho, MaxPax, Shin, and DNS, +1. And then Group D is an all-European affair currently. Lambo, Showtime, Spirit, and Hearthstone. I actually think that's a really fun group as well. Kind of down for that as well, just it being all Europe at the moment. I think that's very fun as well. So that's how things are sounding in the other groups, but they're not confirmed just yet. Alright guys, set of ads on the outro, and I'll send you guys on your way. Thank you so much for watching some WardiTV Monday action. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll be back for more StarCraft 2 tomorrow. If you did enjoy, do consider following, liking, subscribing, donating, cheering, and all the rest. It all helps us to do more StarCraft 2 in the future. It really does go a long way to helping us do more StarCraft 2, so do consider supporting these events. Do not run themselves. And I'll see you guys next time, like I say, tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.